Yeah, it was real deep in that couch.
Oh, it was so deep, dude. It was fucking Pamela Anderson deep.
Thanks.
Dude, it was the endless depths. All right, we're going to start.
Sharknado.
3, 2.
I like it. Who made that?
Hello, and welcome to another Tat Daddy Don't Delegate Dangerous Doings Because Daredevils Die When Don't-Doers Daydream About Drowning Docile Dolphins in the Driftwood River Delta. Uncle Gary doesn't understand why dwarfs don't disinfect their dermis after getting their dick tatted episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
Dude, that took a lot of effort to get all that out.
That's impressive.
Joining us this week in the Days Grimm studio, Tony Tripp from Unspoken Art Studio.
Hey.
This intro music was royalty free.
We stole it.
Nice.
We stole
Sounds
it.
perfect.
Right?
We stole it. It honestly reminds me of like
Ladies' man.
It reminds
The movie
me
Ladies'
of
Man.
like if Seinfeld. If there was like a Seinfeld episode based around the whole gang doing coke.
Yep. Pimping.
Just pimped out, dude. Just pimped out. Just fucking scar-faced up.
It's real bass heavy. I like it.
Yeah.
Welcome,
got a
Tony
funk to
Tripp.
Hey.
How are you, sir?
It's been about a year since you've been in.
Man. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It seems like a long time, but as I get older, I start realizing everything seems like it's just going by so much quicker. You know,
Right.
like winter's quicker and like relatively speaking.
You're dying, dude.
I know.
That's what it is.
Well, I've had more experience. You know, it's like
You like get older and you're dying. You're like, oh shit.
Well, it's
you want to like slow down, you know what I mean? But you're like, no, I don't want to
it
die
feels
yet.
weird. Like when you're 4 years old, spring is like a quarter of your life. But
Pop
when
it
you're
in there,
40,
dude.
it's like 1/10 of your life. So it just goes by faster.
Hold on, we're just conducting a science experiment over here.
Got it. He got his whole knuckle in there too.
He's fucking, dude, he's finger
Stuck.
fucking his Corona. Flip it back, please.
There you go. Got a squirter.
We got a squirter.
It just went everywhere. Hit it.
Dude, that beer just, just fucking came.
This whole
dude.
day.
Damn.
Welcome to an episode of Squirters. Tony, dude,
Where's the ears?
what's new with you, dude? We haven't seen you since, hold on, wait for it. I think it was episode 38, referenced Tony
Holy
Tripp,
shit.
episode
Sheesh.
38, dude. We're on 111. Today is 111.
Wow.
Been a minute.
It has been.
What the fuck have you been doing, dude?
That's the old, you got to dust off the old records to get that
so
one
you're,
out.
you're
dude.
still tatting?
Yeah. Probably forever, but like.
Have you
it's
become
a lot more limited.
We spoke last time about your tat daddy.
My
One-
tattoo.
Yeah, so you had a tat daddy from Chi-Town who eventually actually wound up moving in the area.
Yeah, Mike.
Right?
Mike, yeah.
So
yeah,
Mike. So that was your tat daddy. My question to you that I should have asked then that I want to ask now, have you become a tat daddy yet?
Oh, yeah. We got a bunch of tat children.
Who are you tat daddy to?
Yeah, I got a bunch of kids
Who's your
out
most
there.
prominent tat child?
I mean, the people at my studio right now, we got James Theory. He's been with me for like 6 years.
James Theory, episode 60 something, dude slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we feed off each other, and we really just, I think we push the best out of both of each other. You
He
know,
goes
both of
so
ourselves or
fucking
whatever.
hard, dude.
Yeah.
He goes stupid hard.
Yeah, he was, when I met him, I was doing this big giant mural, and I don't know what brought him around. He was doing this thing called Brews and Bristles.
Yeah. The wine and the painting.
The beer
Yeah,
and
beer
the
and painting, yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, and like he wanted me to be an artist on it, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. So we did this whole thing, and I was working on this mural. He come out and helped me on the mural, and he was asking about apprenticeship, and I was like, man, I don't want to have an apprentice. To be honest with you, I don't want to teach nobody no more. I was like, maybe just my kids will be the next people I
That's
teach.
gay.
That's
Yeah.
it, you know. And I've been through apprentices, you know what I mean? Like there's Mike Billionaire that was in Princeton for a long time. He was like my first apprentice. When I was back at Hoosier Daddy.
I was gonna say, is that Hoosier Daddy?
Yeah, when I was at Hoosier Daddy, Mike, I forget his last name. It starts with a B, but everybody called him Mike Billionaire, and he tattooed all up in Princeton and that whole area for quite some time. And he would be technically the first apprentice. And then I've had a bunch of like come and goes, you know, like a lot of people, they think I don't know what their impressions are when they come in, but when they do come in, they eventually meet there's the whole like, hey, we're friends. And then there becomes hey, why aren't you drawing? You know what I mean? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you posting on social
saying
media?
That to them?
Yeah. You gotta, at some point you gotta like,
it's almost like a school. I mean, technically, that's why they call it an apprentice, is because like
so they're learning underneath me, and it's my job as like as I get older in life, I go from being that player to being the coach.
Right.
And I really enjoy it. I think James is a shining example. Like, I mean, he went from working at Toyota and kind of painting every once in a while to being like.
He's like
dude. I mean, like he keeps me on my toes. He's been like super solid for years now. Like he's earned his spot next to me, man. And like, it's amazing to get to work with somebody like that.
He's a fucking stud. Just
clear,
dude.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that's cool is like Unspoken Art Studio. Like the art studio is a big part of it because like
it's all of it.
You guys do so much. You know what I mean?
I don't want to stop at tattooing, right? Like I didn't start at tattooing. It's just part of the journey of what I want to do. It is what it is.
We talked about like you've got this like because you upgraded from like 1,000 square foot to like triple that.
Yeah, 3,500 now.
Yeah, so over triple your previous size, and like you got this. You said you had like a fantasy factory style like idea in your head.
I brought a picture of it. I actually brought. Can I mail this to you?
Text it to me. Do you have my cell phone number?
Let me see.
If not,
actually, I can.
If you don't,
So this is what it looks like now with the wall built into it.
Sick.
I know this is like not professional at all, but I took it because I knew. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I took it because I knew that at some point in time tonight I was going to want to tell you about it, and then I was going to want to show you. And if I didn't have shit, I was like, I don't have an updated picture. So that's
sick, dude.
So that's a 60 by 40 warehouse.
So that's right when you walk into the door.
So this is right by the screen. So what I showed you earlier projected onto that screen is actually that's all it is, just a white wall. I made everything else in 3D.
Sick.
And then recorded it.
The black gorilla with the chain.
Yeah, that thing's 8 foot tall.
Dude,
it's the full length, 4 foot by 8 foot tall.
Jesus. Dude.
Yeah, it doesn't even fit in our building. That's why it's still in the garage.
No,
I have a giant sea turtle and everything. I went.
Seriously.
Yeah,
I told him he needs to. He made a whole series of it. It was like NFTs before NFTs.
It was in 2020 because we had a lot of downtime. So I was like, I want to paint,
dude.
But I want to paint and cut shit out. And then I got on this like, I want to do the whole piece of wood, So I did this. I actually did the Monopoly Cop. That dude go to prison or whatever.
100% with the whistle.
I told him that he needs to like find a local rapper and like rent him out to like Brandon Gabriel or something and like have him post him up in a field and then just have him like pop out from behind different ones. Like he could do it.
Yeah,
100%, man.
Dude, he would be like, he's one of those ones that I haven't really tapped into like a lot lately. But we've been on TikTok, like. I go to his page, like every time he pops up, I like his shit, but I also like bookmark that stuff and try to like do extra shit, comment, you know what I mean? Like this looks cool,
Saved. 100%, dude.
Help his algorithm,
Dude, yeah, man. I'm telling you, we were actually referenced last week, episode 110, Brandon Gabriel, you know what I mean? And we were just talking about the significance of social media and like how much these reels and stuff are actually like really boosting people.
Yeah.
And then like you said, just being consistent or like, leaving comments and like sharing or posting in general or whatever, like as active as you can be on social media.
You're there anyways.
Yeah. Like as active as you can be. The worst part, and we talked about it with BG, the worst part is like getting your, whatever your media you want into the file that's compatible with whatever media it is you're posting on, like TikTok versus IG versus Facebook versus
different
this
shapes
versus that.
Aspect ratio.
Yeah, different aspect ratios, different qualities or whatever, compression. There's a whole bunch of bullshit that goes into it. But if you can figure that out, be as active as you fucking can be. I mean, that was the takeaway that I got from BG, right?
He's actually really good at it, too. He's going really hard because he knows...
He goes hard as fuck, dude, lately.
Yeah, he knows what it takes to, like, be that character or be that person. So he's, like, genuine to himself, but he's, like, filming it better now and, like, doing this, like, what does he do? Something Alexa,
set the mood.
Set the mood, Alexa. Yeah.
It kills me. The light changes.
That's
red.
his shit. Yeah, dude. Like, bro.
Fucking crying.
he showed where it acted up, and he was. What did he say, Alexa?
Set the mood.
No. Was it set the mood? Yeah, and she said, "I set the mood next to your keys," or something like that.
I set the mood next to your keyboard.
That's funny.
It's like Alexa. Fuck. And it's like the whole clip. It's just 30 seconds. It's
right,
like,
but that's the hit, right?
It's so funny.
Yeah,
so
that'll
funny.
do better than everything else.
The best part about it was like the clip before he says, "Alexa, set the mood," and the lights go the way they're supposed to, and then you see this see this wonky clip, and then the next clip after is like another clip of him being like, "Hey, Alexa, set the whatever," and then the lights change to whatever. So it's like you get this wonky clip, and either right before you saw it or right after you saw it. You know what I mean? It's like
consistency.
Yeah. He's money, dude.
Speaking of consistency.
Oh yeah, we need to be consistent.
Still do the death of the week every week.
Dude, do you remember the death of the week we did with you? It was I referenced our last episode, which again was like episode 30 something. It was from Evansville.
Oh, super brutal.
And it was the lady that died in an apartment complex. Some dude, like, do you remember?
It was in the Princeton area. They found her body in like some dude's apartment or something.
In a fucking suitcase. In a fucking suitcase. Dude, and then he burnt her apartment up.
Did you see the death of the week where like the lady and her husband got drunk and they were going to go play hide and seek and she got him to get in a suitcase and she zipped him up and she didn't let him out. And she was so drunk, she was taking videos. He's like, "Help, let me out." And she's like, "No, remember those times you were like, hit me or were mean to me?" And then she passed out drunk and woke up and he was dead in the suitcase.
Dead.
Oh,
DED,
shit.
Dude. DED. Anyway.
Getting rid of. I'm just keeping it back.
Yeah, so
backpacks only.
Yeah, dude. So we're just trying to prep you mentally for what's about to go down. In this week's
Death
of the Week, brought to you by Corn Dog Development, these super dope coasters. Check them out on Etsy. Links in the description. Promo code Days Grimm will save you 10% on not just these, everything he sells in his store. 10% Days Grimm promo. This week's Death of the Week, guys. Pretty pumped about this. It all started simply enough. A 31-year-old man went to get a tattoo on his right leg. Beneath an illustration of a cross and hands in prayer, the words, quote, "Jesus is my life," end quote, were written in cursive. A tattoo artist will tell you there are some critically important rules to follow in the hours leading after getting inked. Most importantly, keeping your new body art clean and covered while the skin is in a heightened susceptibility of bacterial infection. Every tattoo gun pierces your skin. The needle is opening a wound in another pathway by which can enter your body, and the larger the tattoo, the more susceptible you are to these infections. Moreover, 5 days after getting his tattoo, the man decided to go for a swim in the Gulf of Mexico. Just 3 days after that, he was admitted to Parkland Memorial Hospital in Dallas with severe pain in both his legs and feet. His symptoms would include fever, chills, redness around the tattoo and elsewhere on his legs. Quote, "A lot of our patients, when they come to our institution, come in sick, and he was certainly among the sicker of the patients." And that's Dr. Nicholas Hendren. Moving forward, quote, within a few hours, things had progressed pretty quickly, end quote. He said, quote, there's darkening skin changes, more bruising, more discoloration, what we call bullae, or mounds of fluid that were starting to collect in his legs, which of course is very alarming. He goes on to say, he was already in the early stages of septic shock, and his kidneys had already had some injury. So within 12 hours or so, this had all happened. To make matters worse, the man had chronic liver disease from drinking 6 12-ounce beers that day. He was immediately placed on a ventilator to help him breathe and given potent antibiotics. The man tested positive for Vibrio, I don't know what that is, Vibrio vulnoctus bacterium, etc., etc. Goes on to read. For the next few weeks, the man kept largely sedated, given a lot of these drugs. Long story short, over the next month, however, the man's condition slowly began to worsen. About 2 months after he was first admitted to the hospital, he died of septic shock.
Keep your shit clean.
Yeah.
That's a long-winded...
So I tell you, the worst part about that story is at the beginning of a CNN health website, they called it a fucking tattoo gun. Instead of a tattoo machine.
Right.
Do you want to see the pictures?
That is the worst shit of all time. No, I don't want to see the pictures.
Come on, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it?
It's going to look like a really gross sunburn.
Do you want to see it?
Okay, go ahead.
Let's check it out together. Thomas, you might not look.
I'll look.
Okay.
I gotta do it.
Thomas might pass out. So here's the hands that we were talking about. This is
That's
the
what
actual.
happens when you don't use Saniderm.
And you can actually see some of
Tegaderm.
you can see some of the degradation in the tissue here.
He might have got this at somebody's house.
It's overworked. Yeah.
So, anyways, we go forward into some bruising. What looks like to be the other leg, or maybe the other side of that same leg. So these are the bullae they talked about. Here's the actual microbial under the telescope. Yeah, the telescope view.
It's interesting, actually.
And here's it busting open. So Thomas, I'll skip through that. And then here's the more severe bullae of liquid building up around the leg. It's pretty gnarly stuff. And again, like you said,
that's not
Tony,
even the worst one I've seen.
That's per CNNhealth.com. So
basically, go to a tattoo shop.
Did that not make your stomach weak a little bit?
No, it's fine.
Really?
Reading the article makes it sound
things.
worse than what it actually is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure
Like they start throwing out health terms because, like, I dropped. There was an episode where I passed out on it.
He passed out during an episode.
Would you have a bunch of edibles?
No,
we were talking blood and guts.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's been times where I've been tatted by Richard, and like I get real bad anxiety with needles. I used to take health class from the nurse's office, and he was drawing on my back with a Sharpie, and I passed out.
It happens.
Or like it
happens, especially if you don't eat and you don't prep yourself right.
And he put like a stencil on my elbow, and I passed out.
That's crazy to me.
I believe it.
And then afterwards, I'm fine through the whole tat and everything. Yeah. But
that's so insane to me that like you're so, and it's like your brain is just getting worked up about like nothing.
Yeah.
It's insane to me. But
it does.
It plays. Yeah, it does.
That's
but
why
it normally just plays in my head over and over and over. Like I can close my eyes, and ears don't matter at that point. You know what I mean? Everything's
you're mental at that.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, that was CNNhealth.com. That was our Death of the Week, brought to you by Corn Dog Development. You know what I'm pumped about the most?
Let's talk about these.
It's 2 different woods. I know that for sure. I need to.
It's really light though.
I've been playing with the idea of having.
My thing is not to knock on Corn Dog Developments because
are these corn dog sticks?
Show. No, but there's a local guy in town, Garageland.
Yo, the skateboard dude. I got frames coming from him.
Yeah, and he cut the tip of his finger off.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, I thought it was his dick, but then I saw a bone. I thought it was his. I didn't. I guess I've read it wrong or something. But I thought he cut the tip of his. I just saw a tip, and obviously you think
I don't
dick.
blame you. Yeah,
you know what I mean. First reaction, and then I saw the picture of the hand, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, like anyways, X-ray up.
He does make some really really nice ones too. No, but I've been playing with the idea of having Corn Dog on the show. We need to get him in if he's up to it.
He'd have to call in. Though.
He's got to make one that's made out of corn dog sticks. Well, or maybe cut the wood so it looks like corn dogs.
Dude, have you seen the etchers? They like burn wood and they like burn designs into wood. So what you could do is like
James got a laser,
yeah. So you could probably do it with the material that you have at your place.
Oh, for sure.
But basically, I was thinking like if you could make these and then
corn dog logo in the middle.
Yeah, or like burn the Days Grimm logo into the whole thing. That would be fucking sick, dude. Put a clear coat on it.
Speaking of like things along these lines, back when we had you on, you were doing Patreon, and then I think. You weren't doing NFTs, but you were in Earth.io, and you were kind of the metaverse was like just starting then. I know that like we ended up at like going to galleries and people viewing artwork there.
Metaverse is just a term for the other side. Like technically, like
when
Fortnite is a metaverse because you
not when you die.
You do stuff in there. Yeah,
no, not when you die.
It's not yet.
You can, I guess, but I mean, you get your life back. It just keeps going
for sure, dude.
It's like a video game.
So the metaverse.
We're talking about that, like when so there's going to be a point in time, basically, where you can just upload your consciousness, essentially, if they ever figure it out.
I believe it can be done.
And they were saying basically like
for sure,
100%. We're already done,
dude. We're there. Like
we have AI on our cell phones. What do you think the government has,
dude? I'm telling you right now, the moment Elon Musk figures out how to decode individual neuron messages, game over, dude. You're plugging your brain into it because then you can.
Who says he can't?
Well, I think he's going to come out with his own cell phone company.
They have the implant. You can get the implant now.
So you can send fictitious or fabricated messages to the brain, and that's how he's planning on like helping people with the implants and like help them hear or like help them gain mobility in a dead limb back or whatever.
I did the monkey, what was dope.
That's cool.
But it's going to come down to, can I close my eyes and think of a sentence, and can you decode every word in the sentence that I'm thinking of, and then like word for word and get it perfect? And then the moment that we can do that,
mind reading.
Yeah, the moment you can do that, the moment you'll be able to translate the human brain.
The humanity will go out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
Because at that point, we won't need humans anymore.
Yeah, we can fake messages to the brain. That's what Elon's really doing, is just sending these fake signals to the brain and the spinal cord. But like until you can truly decode the brain, which I don't know that I'll see that in my lifetime, but yeah, I think you could eventually
we
upload
can replicate it pretty
consciousness.
fucking good, though.
You can, dude. AI is pretty fucking legit.
Yeah, the artwork, the music, everything.
We were talking with Brandon last week about that trend where everybody was like uploading the AI version of their faces or whatever.
Oh yeah, Brandon paid for it.
They created a whole database of faces.
Yeah, and
you signed up to give your face to that algorithm. Now the next program is going to be using that.
Hold up, Daddy. Hey. Yeah. Brian didn't do that.
With you.
Brian didn't do it.
I didn't do it either.
I did.
But did you pay the
You're
$10?
on a list, bro. You're
no. Did you pay the $10 or do you have your own?
Okay, so I'll tell you the one that I do use. I think that there's an app. There's an app called Wander. WONDER.
See, I use Dream.
Dream's one of them too. I tried that, but I actually signed up for that one because I think that it's really good. Okay, so with AI, you can either use it as a tool or you can use it as a crutch, right? If you can't do art, you're going to grab that picture and you're going to put it online like you fucking did it, right? Like that's the bullshit. And a lot of people are doing that, especially in the NFT game. They're all weekend artists, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they pop out 30 fucking pictures of the same shit.
Making them all NFTs.
Right.
When
that's getting banned by blockchains now.
It should be.
You'll get de-whitelisted. They can't really ban. They can't ban you.
How do we get racial in this? How do you get de-whitelisted? So, like, hold on.
Well, you get a whitelist and they take it away.
It's not. Well, what's a whitelist? I don't know what that means.
It's approval. So it's like verification.
Oh, this isn't a racial thing.
No.
I'm so confused. Anyway, so
I think some of them. I feel like there should be a limit. Where if you're just like go fucking a cat, with Darth Vader mask or something, something
kind of hot.
Something with no real thought
fun,
into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I feel like there's some people, like if you can really figure out how to talk to the AI, and you're basically playing like ad libs with like just extra descriptive to get exactly every little thing you want. But then again, like I feel like it should be. When I was a kid, I used to like close my eyes with a pencil and just go all around the page in like circles. And then I would look at it and I'd take like a Sharpie and I would like highlight lines and I would try to make something out of that random.
Man, that's Asperger's, dude.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like...
It's called scribbling.
Dude,
no, but I feel like...
You might have been mentally ill.
I feel like that's why you could use AI art and just type in random things and use that to then make your own
people
drawing.
Are doing that. It's just accessible to there's more platforms. It all comes from a base. And it starts with an S, I think, but... There's a program that was released, and these things are using that program, and it's basically like mind simulation. It's using a pool of data to create a certain blend. So some of it's using Google, some of it's using their own stuff. When you sign up for an app and you take a picture of your face, that face becomes their property, and they use it in the next pool for the next video.
That's gross. That's like this weird like.
So when you see pictures that come back and it's all clear, it's
so here,
it's like exponential extrapolation.
Here's where I can nerd out on this.
Yeah, because they're like one face. Like if Tommy and I both did it and sent our faces in, then like my face and his face is now in the database, and they're just gonna like those faces are gonna connect, and then just to the next face.
Now AI is making faces,
and now imagine the whole world did it,
right?
For an app.
You know what blows my mind? Speaking of AI, dude. Okay, so on the same kind of fucking thing. We're printing organs now. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've been
growing organs for a long time.
We're 3D printing fucking kidneys and shit. Does that not blow your mind?
See, like, I think about cloning, and so, like, really, couldn't you just clone another you? And
did you ever see the movie Fifth Element?
They have. I mean, we've been cloning. When I was a kid, they were cloning the sheep. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that from high school.
That's fucking crazy.
Did you ever see the movie Fifth Element?
Yeah.
With Bruce Willis and that super hot blondie girl that was wearing like duct tape the whole movie?
That's Mila Jovovich or whatever her name is.
Dude, we are living in Fifth Element. That's all I'm saying. Without the flying cars.
So did you pay the $10 or did you just use the thing you had subscribed to already?
I think it was like $30 for a lifetime thing.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I think that for me personally as an artist, like when it comes to AI and all that stuff, I think that we're gonna have to compete with people that are using this and pretending to be artists, right? So the difference is when you see those, when I see an AI piece, there's a certain amount of errors and glitching that happens because they're stitching multiple pictures together. Now the overall result looks pretty cool to the human, but it looks repetitive to an actual artist, right? It doesn't look finished. But I do think that if you have somebody came up to you and was like, "Yo, I want a lion and a computer and a ostrich beak," You know what I mean?
Right.
And they wanted to see what that looked like. I would be like, I don't know what the fuck. So we would just type it into that thing,
Right.
and then it would be a result, and we could be like, okay, well, that's a cool start. Let's work off of that.
Right. Or it gives you 4 options or whatever.
Yeah, and you can keep doing it because every time it's a unique,
Something
result.
different. Yeah.
I want a 9-year-old a bag of hammers.
Yeah,
Back-
Batman. They do Batman vampire shoe, and it'll be something sick, dude.
Kanye, check them out. New Yeezy's coming soon.
Dude, and it'll just be like a hammer sticking out of a fucking high top.
There was a dude that put Yeezys, like the weird meshy looking sandal things, in with a pair of sunglasses, and they modeled it and all kinds of stuff, and it looks like it belongs with the shoes.
Jesus.
He probably 3D prints them now and makes millions.
It's pretty crazy.
Dude, can we so Yeezy actually, I think he's been canceled. He said some bad shit
It's
about
Yeezy.
He said something
He's
really
been canceled like 42 times.
We're
he
talking
said-
about Yeezy. We're talking about Ye.
Oh, wait, what's the difference?
Yeezy is a different rapper altogether.
Oh, it is? I'm talking about Ye.
Yeah.
Wait, who made the shoes Yeezys?
It's Kanye. It's all Kanye. It's all Kanye West.
Oh, Yeezy is Kanye?
Yeah.
Kanye is Yeezy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a rapper named Yeezy as well, I think. Just Yeezy.
Okay,
I don't
dude.
know
Anyways, Kanye got canceled
Yeezys
because
are the shoes, right? The Kanye
Yeah.
Adidas
he,
shoes.
yeah, he hates Jews. And
I don't think he gets it.
He is Jewish.
he came out and said it, like, in public. You want me to get that empty, dog?
I got that, yeah.
But anyways, dude, yeah, so...
Did you want another? And
Yeah, let me be one time.
Look him up, dude.
That's
We're
it.
being fucking stingy with the
Last time you
Ronas,
guys were
dude.
giving me like flame-throwing liquor.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man.
I was like, just Corona this time.
I actually quit drinking Corona because of 2019.
What happened? You drank too much?
the virus.
COVID, dude.
Oh, I see what you did.
Help yourself with the lime and stuff. No, but it's interesting that, that these machines are kind of like fabric.
So they have AI chess. Like they make AI chess things.
my
You've been able to
God.
play the computer for like 20 years
Right.
now.
No, but to train this chess thing, they had it play other AI.
Yeah.
And so now it's playing other people.
Unbeatable.
Well, it's making moves that like you're like, why the fuck did this AI move this way? And then like 15 turns later, you see why, and it's like, wow.
You've been on
So-
a chess kick, man.
He has been, and
That's
we've got it.
amazing.
We've got it pulled up on the monitor, and I'll tell you what, dude, this guy's a fucking chode.
Yeah.
He spends fucking. He has the fucking nerve of this guy. He knows as a
Does it
company
reset itself?
because this is a company. The Days Grimm is an LLC. We are a fucking company. This jack fuck over here, this
tax
fucking
write-off.
this fucking dick licker over here goes out and spends $400 on a fucking chessboard.
I would have spent $5.
That's what it costs. It's a $500 chessboard. And he was like, well, I bought it because it was on sale and shipping was free. Like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. We have so much other shit we can buy for the show.
That is
Right,
And
sick.
here we
so see,
are.
if we do
Explain-
game night on Patreon, it's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
mean,
explain to us a
I
little
don't
bit about what we're
understand
seeing here, Thomas. What,
It's got a built-in computer, so you can play AI that learns is like.
if you played on stream, then I guess it would be a tax write-off.
Yeah, and that's I thought about like as I learn because I like suck at chess.
You could do that for your Patreon.
But I was like, maybe I just do a Twitch or something where like I just learn to play chess, essentially.
have
But
no
it's got
Checkers is way better.
like this is playing against somebody online, and
My
their
man,
pieces
OG,
are moving
dude.
on their
OG
own.
chess.
so
dude.
much easier.
OG
Put the
chess.
horse in the little round one. And
That's so fucking dumb, dude.
I
It's
know
like,
the horses.
What is a bishop?
Makes an
dude?
L.
Who fucking is a bishop? How do you even spell the word bishop? I don't even know, dude. Who
I think it's
fucking
like a
cares?
priest or something.
So dumb. And dude, honestly, we're in Catholic country, so you got to watch out around here. Speaking of,
But you were just prepping kind of for the metaverse, and like now there's even more that you can do.
We just had a convention. We had
Right.
a convention in Inverse, which is a platform that you can use to throw conventions digitally.
So do you have to have VR to go into the metaverse?
you can go right there on your browser right now. Well, actually, what day is today?
the 27th,
Okay,
29th.
Yeah,
29.
go to cybervandals.io.
stand by.
Actually,
What is it?
actually, go to inverse.io. We should be able to just go right to the website, and you can walk around the the convention that we just had. Now, there's a debate on whether metaverse is actually VR or just something that you can control.
What am I looking at here?
Type in NFtopia. NFTOPIA. All one word. There you go.
Oh, nope. Damn it, wrong one. NFtopia?
Yeah.
All one word.
Yeah. .weebly.
What does that do
It'll
for
bring
us?
up like a Weebly website. It was the one that
I'm not seeing it, dog.
Yeah.
It
pops up on mine.
Am I
I've got
retarded?
a train too right now. So nftopia.weebly, try dot.
Weebly?
Yeah. Well, Inverse is a metaverse convention, so you might just be able to Google that.
Oh.
I know there's it's a pretty random term. Let's
see what this pops up.
I just took it off mine because we actually just got done with the convention last weekend, so it's not on Cyber Vandals anymore.
Damn, I'm not seeing it, dog.
Yeah.
But Jason Woosley's on the Cyber Vandals, isn't he?
Go to inverse.io. Just type in Inverse
Like the letter N?
Metaverse. INVERSE. Where's my phone at? My phone's almost dead too, but
.io. Let's see what pops up here.
Inverse.app. Sorry, I'm stupid. So all the new extensions.
You're not stupid.
You could just put it in the search bar. There you go, right there. Click on that. And you'll be able to see the hall right now. Okay, so this is you can rent places in here and throw your own conventions. You can throw your own whatever you want. You could build 3D characters. Click on it. Just get started there in the corner. And it should take you to
oh,
Digicon. Well, Digicon's not a thing anymore, really. It's NFtopia now. Go up. Just seeing if you can get in there. Explore worlds. Sorry. Go explore worlds where it says get started. There you go. So now it's going to show you NFtopia. Now this is actually, scroll down a little bit.
Oh yeah, we'll take some cookies. You can have my cookie.
So you can go to any of those actually. Go to the ETH Denver.
ETH Denver. Oh, this guy?
Yeah, you can click on that.
Let's see what this dude's doing.
So just hit enter world, and this is how easy it is. You can set up your information however you choose to. Yeah.
Days Grimm.
So all you're gonna do is go around and explore stuff. I wish I could just. Ours is. You might be able to do in search. Just search up NFtopia.
Well, this is a huge. Oh, this is a thing, dude.
Yeah, you may have to just. You have to register so you can get into the events. It keeps track of who's what comes in and out. So essentially, you can use your email now, but in the future, you will use a wallet,
like an NFT wallet.
Yeah, well, crypto wallet basically. Yeah. So NFT is just a digital asset, like video, audio, photos, things like that. Like all the drawings I do now on my iPad is all digital stuff. So the day where printing that out and selling that to somebody is kind of coming to a close a little bit, I think. Because what happens is when I sell you a piece of artwork, you buy one of my prints, right? It goes on your wall, you frame it up, and it's cool, right? That's it.
Right.
But if I sell you that NFT, it comes with a contract, a certificate of authenticity that shows your mint number. It has basically a serial number, and it's all public information. And all the blockchain stuff is just different segments of different banks.
How would that work though? If you were I only made could you? So if you limited prints, there's only 25 of these.
Yes.
And then after, what if you make another 10?
You can't because okay. So if you promise people something and then you fall back on it, you're kind of a shithead,
right?
You know what I mean, I'm sure it happens and stuff like that. Go to the top there where it says search in events and go to NFtopia.
NFtopia.
Yeah, it should still be live. I don't think they took it down yet. There you go. Click on that. So you'll see the convention. Now this is kind of the remains of what happened, what we just celebrated. But there was almost 1,000 people that came to this. So. And we're unsupported. Oh my god!
Fucking Apple, dude.
Go back with the join with the desktop app. What's that mean? Oh, you're using Safari or something? Go ahead and save and continue because that should allow you in there.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
See.
Oh, maybe not. Not gonna let me. Oh, here we go.
Yep, you got it. You'll get in there.
Come on, Daddy.
You gotta be patient. Yeah. Okay, so this is the
patience is not my thing.
Yeah, you can just make whatever you want, but you can hit save.
This is legit, dude.
Yeah, so you make a character, right? You make an avatar, and if you go up there, NFtopia, and then you'll see Cyber Vandals.
It's WASD.
It's point and click. Just point where you want to go, and then you can kind of should be able to just point and click. Do you have a mouse on that one?
No, I got
Apple, man.
I know,
PC,
dude.
bro.
I know. Here. Oh, he's running, dude.
Yeah. So you can navigate through this. Now, you're kind of on a weird browser. I use Google Chrome, which is kind of what I recommend for almost everything. But like, if you go into those doors right there, just move your cursor over and point towards the door and click on that area.
Yeah.
So our homies like are all on the front door right there, on the front entrance right there. But there's,
buddy, I believe in you. This is like a fun thing that we're like learning how to do this live on the podcast. It's fine, dude.
Yeah,
we're learning.
It's like, so I mean, it's pretty much like a video game, right? You just walk the dude around.
Yeah.
Now, when you go into these halls, if you look at the middle hall, that's our hall.
Oh, dude, hold on. I'm checking these plants out real quick, dog.
Yeah, there's a bit of lag.
I think I'm trapped in the window, dude.
You got a lot of stuff going on in here. It seems to be okay.
Yeah, dude. I think we're just chilling right now. Oh, man.
Yeah. So just click on the floor where you want to go right there. There you go. Now click on the hall.
Oh, damn.
Actually, I tell you the easiest way to go is in the top right. It says location.
Top right, location.
Yeah. Click on that and scroll down to where you see Cyber Vandals. And it should just take you to the Cyber Vandals hall. It's in there somewhere.
There's so much.
Yeah, so these are all the boots. See Theory Art right there, or the boots. See Theory Art right there. So James came through. Go.
Cyber Vandals right there.
Damn, son.
Yep. Just click on that and then go show directions. You should be able to morph in there.
Oh, I think we're morphing, dude.
There you go.
We're
morphed out.
We're fucking Power Rangers, dude.
So if you look on the left, there's James's booth, and you look all the way in the back, that's our booth right there. So we had people come, like they just like everybody came to the convention, and like we had live events. That the videos that I was showing you earlier were actually live streamed to this event. So when I had Brokaw and Tugs come by, and we made that 3D background for them and all that stuff, that was all being streamed live to this convention on that date. So you see what's left over from that, but the whole beginning of it says NFtopia. So it was that countdown till about 8 p.m., and then we started the show live, and we just did the whole set live for an hour, and then canceled out, and then they went to the next one. And everybody was rating everybody else, which was really, really cool.
So these are just like a whole bunch of artists' other art.
These are all, and well, see, I tried to get with, okay, so we worked with the people, we financed the whole like project, right? So we rented the whole space, and then we had Consumer Break, which was a Twitch channel, and we had Waffle Kitties, which is she's basically like a program director. And they came out and they organized stuff. They organized the events. They built the stuff. We put the logos on the walls, and then all the artists came in and rented out those booths from us. So each one of those booths, to a certain amount, had actual things going on in them. So you would see about
booth rent.
Yeah. So we were about $50. Well, it's just like a typical convention, right? Like that's how you do it. You buy the space outright, and then you pay for all of the. You divide it out into whatever it is that you want to sell. So our booths for a small booth was $50, and then for the larger booth like the one we have is $500. And it comes with all of the different admin rights. I originally the small booths were $300. I thought it was a bit too high, and a lot of the people that we work with are good NFT makers. Like we there's a collection called Psycho Dinos. There's a collection called Burner Square, Skunky Chunks. Right there, Life with Sasha. One Number. That's actually a admin of mine. His name's Drew. Theory Art. So it's like I had all my homeboys like here. Galactic 123. We have a feature in their game. Now the other cats like I don't really know personally, but like. We tried to shuffle everybody up into these halls. So whoever bought a $500 booth ended up getting their own hall, and then we featured like their homies and like other people that we had in there. Hall. And dude, it was super sick. We had a pack drop. We sold out. It was 100 wax. We sold 335 of them, which ended up being like, wax is like 7 cents a piece or whatever. But the pack drop itself was like $2,500 by the time we all got done. So within just a few days of the convention, we ended up selling out, and it was really rad. Skunky Chunks on the other side, they probably made like, I don't know, dude, 10 grand. Like Tufu's a fucking master at this shit, So like, it's really cool to be able to do this. Now, this is just us celebrating what we had. Like we came back the other day on Saturday. Well, I think it was. Yeah, on Saturday, and did our birthday, because it's technically Cyber Vandals is the collection name, right? And it started off with all this crazy 3D shit. Now we're moving to these 2D posters, and I released a video all about this stuff. Like I've been making like it's a storyline. It's basically like Pokemon meets graffiti, meets. I mean, now we're doing like the 2D poster shit. Like you can click on that booth right there, and you can see the video and you can see the characters. So scroll through there, right? Hit on the right there. So when you buy the art, right, you get the posters. You can actually stake those, which means you can take them from your wallet, put them into a secure wallet, and that verifies that you're the owner of that. And then when you want it back, you just request it back.
What?
But by taking that piece of artwork, like I was telling you earlier, you buy a piece of artwork from me, it goes on your wall, collects dust, right? Now, when you buy a piece of art from me digitally, it comes with a certificate of authenticity, which doesn't really come with my art at all. I mean, I have holograms and I have printing on the back that verifies it's me, but this can't be faked, right? Like this is what it is. Yeah. And it's all public data. It's all public information. Bitcoin, you can see when the very first Bitcoin was made, you can see all of the information. So that's the blockchain is all basically decentralized. You know what I mean? It's all everybody's not. Imagine if your bank told everybody's information to the public. When they came into the bank, when they did their transaction, all of that shit is public, and a lot of people try to hide that shit. Well, this is going to clear all that shit up. But but that's crypto and stuff. Right. Now with this one right here, that's a character named Gibby. And when we had these at the very beginning, almost a year ago, those characters, there was like 5 characters that came out, and they leveled up 3 different times. But you could buy accessories and so on and so forth. But now, if you own one of those and you have one of them that is personally customized, like you bought that thing, you bought whatever the accessories you are, and then you bought this infinity supply crate, I made you a personal 3D animation that you could stake into this farm for monthly residuals from whatever the collection makes. So it's 10% of whatever income we have for the whole month, which this one was like,
that person that owns the art is making that money?
It's almost like...
it's like a stock.
It's almost like, we don't have to do it. We gift it back, right? So 10% of whatever we do, we put into a liquidity pool or the farm right there. And then the people that are staked to that farm make whatever their percentage is. And now with the new, originally it was like everybody made an equal cut. But now with the new farm system, I'm able to go through and pick, like, if you put 5 accessories on yours, you get this much per hour. So your shit starts at like I think it starts at 0.25, and then it has 0.5 for every accessory that you have on it.
Oh shit.
So now that wax is I cashed out from that thing today, and I think I made like 23 or $2,400 this month. And we did 1 pack drop, and we had the NFTopia badges. So we went from this 3D thing, which when I first started the 3D thing and I was putting all this out, people were confused because they thought we were building a video game. So when a video game never came out, they were like, well, what are these 3D characters? They didn't understand that I was, instead of drawing them a custom picture, I was making them a custom 3D piece. So I reverted back to the 2D stuff earlier this year, and it caught on. And then once everybody caught on to what I was doing, they started...
With 2D, then you went to the 3D, and it just kind of like schmelded together.
Yeah, I think, so the people that are liking it get into the...
I think what's dope about it, though, is like you're paying... like if you're a fan, so like if you're a Tony Tripp fan, you can get in on these, and then like you're also like getting a dividend back by supporting your artist, essentially.
So just so we're clear, hold on a sec.
God bless you.
Thank you. Just so we're clear, though, like if I were to buy this munchkin looking fella here, whose name you said was what?
Gibby.
If I buy a Gibby, right, I get, and it goes into this farm place, I get a certain percentage of what he yields in these shows or whatever.
So in the beginning, when
I'm so dumb when it comes to this shit, dude. I'm like,
so if you customize that, yes,
I'm so dumb, dude.
You can buy that character right now for like 5 cents. Okay, right? You can buy them super cheap. Well, at this point, it's probably a little bit higher. The floor price on those probably jumped up.
I can get them for like 50 cents though.
I don't know. We can look right now, actually, which is cool. The cool thing about blockchain. But anyways, you would have to buy that. You would have to customize the shit out of it, and then that's stakeable, right? You can't just buy the character. It's like buying a Pokemon card. It's not going to do shit. But if you buy, say if you buy a Pokemon card and a ticket to Japan, it would be different, right? Yeah. So then you would be able to take whatever that ticket and stake that, essentially.
I get you.
I know it sounds kind of weird. It's like a weird analogy, but trying to make simplify it as much as possible.
Because I am retarded.
That is a base character.
Okay.
So that is something that's if he sells it to you, I make a percentage of it. If he sells it, anything on secondary market.
The cool thing about NFTs is like the artwork, you can set them up to where say Tony sells me his art, right? And then I sell it to you. he gets a percent of that sale. And then if you sell it again, he still gets a percent of that sale.
We just celebrated 100,000 wax in secondary sales. So you can go like, okay, so let's fast forward through this and I'm going to show you actually how to buy the marketplace for it, right?
Right.
So that just goes through and shows the staking. These are customs that I've made so far.
Okay.
So these are the posters. They're called personal profile posters. Now, that's kind of the gist of this. You can go check out Inverse later and check out a lot of the other booths and projects that are going on. But I think it would be smart. Like the thing that I want to do is like, I have this digital community and then I have this real life tattoo community. You know, This is more IRL, which is in real life, but that shit is worldwide. You know, that's just not homeboys in our hometown. This is like literally
that's Ting Pang down in China, dude.
Dude, my admin right now, right? Sean is from the UK. Muhammad is from Egypt. NFT Andrew is from like Phoenix. I think he's in the.
But you're building a worldwide network.
Yeah. And Havoc's from West Virginia. West Virginia or Florida. I always fuck that one up. Dude, I like West Virginia. It's like
I like West Virginia.
It's kind of cruisy. Yeah,
there's a lot less teeth in West Virginia.
I don't know. Compared to around here,
just go downtown.
Come on, you know that's
We're
true.
right next to Kentucky.
You know that's true, dude. Don't lump us in with fucking Henderson, dude. Those fucking.
No offense.
But you could do a podcast. I've seen podcasts in the metaverse.
That's sick.
Not only podcast, but you can sell your podcast. You could sell highlights. You could sell pictures of yourselves as NFTs. Like
your penis.
Yeah, well, yeah, you kind of, as long as you're labeled.
Do they do NSFW NFTs?
NSTFWS.
Yeah, NFTs not safe for work. Can we make his dick an NFT?
You could just do a picture
one of the
and
collections
then do
here
the
is
2D
like that.
blurred out bit. Make it like the 2D square.
Yeah, pixelated. Nice.
No, that's interesting though. Okay, so you said you were going to walk us through. So where do we go to buy one of these?
Okay, so go to the top and type in neftyblocks.io.
Up here?
Yep.
What is it?
Nefty, NEFTY BLOCKS. I want to say .com.
Let's try that.
It might be .io. A lot of them, there it is right there. Okay, so now you're at the Walmart of NFTs, right? The mall, you're at the worldwide mall. Now everything is stored on a blockchain, right? Which looks like fucking Matrix, right? It just looks like Matrix blocks and chained together, right? That's all it looks like. Now these are the interface for that. So there's a couple different marketplaces you can use. This being one of my favorites. Also Atomic Hub is a really good one too. But when you go and you search this, you're searching the blockchain. So you can actually see everything. So when you go to the top right there, type in Cyber Vandals. Now on the right there where it says connect, there you go. So green is circle and check is
like
double verified. Double. We're on Atomic Hub verified and we're on NFT verified. So that 100,000 is the celebration that we just did on Saturday. We celebrated 100,000. Actually, the 1 year birthday is on the 31st, which is Wednesday. So we celebrated a little bit earlier.
With your normal graffiti-esque style.
Yeah. So okay, so just to break it down, this is how it's done, right? Drops are like just like you would drop sneakers, just like you would drop anything. Like this is the new shit that's coming out. This is our drop, right? Blends are when you take one NFT and another NFT and burn both of them for a new NFT. Usually more limited, more fancy, comes with more utility, whatever. Marketplace is actually where you buy shit, just like a traditional marketplace, like Walmart or whatever. And then auctions are where if like we're throwing auctions or if there's something, somebody in the community throws an auction for a piece.
Somebody's selling 1 of 25 that you're not minting anymore.
They have mint number 1, right? And they need some money, their families, blah, blah, blah. Something happened and they're like, okay, we're going to do an auction for this number 1 of 100. And people are like, oh my God, NFT Andrew's a fucking sniper at that. So, for instance, click on drops right there.
Up here or down low?
Right there, yeah.
Okay.
So these are the drops that come out, and you can see right there the cost of the wax, what the wax is, how many were released, how many were bought, how many of so on and so forth, right? Everything's sold out, everything's done right now.
Yeah.
We sold out 5,000 our first time, and then it was like, I don't know, whatever Series 2 is. So the bottom of it, that little spinning spray paint cap, that was actually where Gibby came from, right? There was 5 characters that came out of that. And there's a whole storyline, and if you want to listen to it, we can put it on. I can show you all that stuff. But essentially there's a whole background story, and I feel stupid telling people it because it sounds like it's coming out of my ass right now, but I actually made a full-blown, like, I would say, like, animated short for this. The last pack we sold out is right there, the Street Life one.
This guy right here?
2 over to the right.
Oh, this fella.
Yeah. So this is the newest artwork. If you click on that,
So if you click on that, you can see what they cost now. If somebody,
well, it's sold out, so you can't buy them at all. You'd have to buy them on secondary market. But click on the animation. It's got music and everything that goes with it. So you're basically buying that digital, or you're basically buying that animation, right?
It won't let me click on it. I kind of wish we could hear
it. Go in the top right where those 3 dots are.
Come on, little fella.
See if that'll open it. View template. There you go.
View template.
So this is how things work in NFTs. You make a template and then you mint from that template. So hold on real quick. Let's go through a little bit of this. Well, let's listen to it real quick.
It's still loading.
Let's see if we can. Okay, so off to the right, you see collection, right? Go down a little bit. There you go.
Here we go. Okay. Oh, psych. Man, dude. Is there just a lot of data in these NFTs?
So that's like, I don't know, it's probably like 300 megabytes. I went really, really crazy with like the quality of the videos. So the person can download it, anybody can download it. But what you're paying for with NFTs is off to the right there. Where it says collection, that shows where it's coming from. So like, just like you were to buy something, if I was to buy something from the Days Grimm, right?
Right.
That would be your collection name. Right underneath it is a schema. Now, a schema is just a file underneath that. So you have the Big Daddy computer, and then you have these files called schemas. Like I have CV posters, right? That's where all the 2D art lays. I also have CV items. I have CV blends. I have CV whatever it is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So then you go down, and that's the individual template number. The template ID is the actual number for that piece of artwork on the blockchain. So when I uploaded that to there, that template ID is actually like the serial number for that digital file stored onto that blockchain. So people can steal it, but they don't have no contract. This is the certificate of authenticity. Now, if you go underneath that, it says is burnable and is transferable. Transferable means you can transfer it, sell it to each other. Burnable means if I make 100 of these, right? Say you guys make 100 of his face, right? But in order to get your face, he has to burn 2 of his face to get your face, right?
Okay.
By doing that, you limit the quality. So now it's no longer 1 out of 100. It's 1 out of
98.
And if you look right there, it says max supply, and it tells you how many's burned and how many's in circulating supply. So they're totally sold out, and there's only 18 that haven't been actually used. So you see issued, that's your mint number, which is you got 300
sold out of them.
So you made 335 of them.
Right. Max supply. Well, actually, yours, that looks like mint number. Well, that would be 335. We're just looking at the template right now. But burned underneath it, it tells you 317 have been opened. That when you open the pack, it burns the pack, right? Okay. So you're burning that NFT. So now there's only actually 18 out of 335
that are unopened
that are in circulation, period. So if you talk about now, fast forward another year, those people that have that 18 and the people that come into the collection now, and we build up the community even bigger worldwide,
right, they're gonna
want one of those, right? So
and one of the 18 that are unburned or unopened is going to be much more valuable.
Correct. Well, people are going
to now. What is the actual action of burning?
So
I know it's like opening, but like, is it physically, visually looking at the NFT?
So by burning, it's taking it from your wallet and putting it into a null account, which basically means there's an account out there that's basically like a trash can for your computer where things go to be burned, but it's still on the record as burned, right? So it's no longer, nobody can ever have it again, right? Okay. Once it hits that little burn mark, it's fucking done. You can't do shit with it. It's basically, you know where like
it's like
Bing Bong went.
Bing Bong
from the Pixar's Inside Out, he went to that gray zone there for a bit. Yeah. That's where that file goes, and it stays
I got you.
So there's no visual action. It's just a matter of like all of this stuff in the Matrix being coded to look like it's, you know, to say, okay, well, this is in the trash can. It's never coming out. That is what it is.
But these 18, they haven't made that transfer yet. So they're like...
They're still in wallets.
It's like, quote, fresh. Like...
It's 1 out of 18 instead of 1 out of 335.
Yeah, it's like if you have one of those 18, it's like that Pokemon card that's like that mint condition, like still in the wrapper.
It's like having a pack from the very first.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, it's probably like our 5th or 6th drop.
This is intense. This hurts my head. Just so you're clear. Like, I'm fried right now. Like, honestly, like I feel like I should have smoked before the show.
So that's just
feel like
the
I would
contract
grab
part.
it just a little. Are you getting all this?
Yeah.
Are you taking notes?
He's explained it to me a while ago.
So that right there, what you're looking at is basically no different than a receipt. That's on every single template.
I want to try to play this one more time. Let's see if it'll go this time. This is pretty neat, though. I don't think it's going to keep going. Oh.
Yeah. So it just loops through 2 times. This is actually just a pack animation, so it's meant to look like an old school, like, bubblegum pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fun transitions, but that's one of the characters in there named Patches.
I like that.
Now, if you just go back. Okay, well, hold on.
Oh,
let's
psych.
click on that. Yeah. So what you're looking at right there is the receipt of transaction. That's your certificate of authenticity.
All this stuff right here.
Yeah, that's on every single asset that'll ever be in any blockchain, and that's the information proving of what it is.
And this is standard for every NFT.
Standard.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is just like when you go to Walmart and get something. Now, when you go down a little bit, go up a little bit. And in this particular marketplace, you see where it says attribute and value. That is the artist input. So I put the name in, I put the video link in, I put the artist, and I put the website. And now there's also a rarity that goes underneath that as well. But that...
another segment under here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that attribute and that value is actually something that is the user puts in as their information. So I named it, I did all that stuff. Now, that will be minted onto everything else. Now, what you're looking at underneath there is all of the accounts that have had any of the asset IDs, which basically is the VIN number.
The order they bought them.
Yeah, the VIN number. So, 333 out of 335 was burned 9 days ago. So that tells you that, like, we had the pack drop, like, a couple weeks ago. So, or probably 9 days ago.
Damn, dude. And you had fucking 335 people just jump on it.
Yeah, in 2 days, we ended up selling out.
Holy shit. Yeah. That's fucking...
Does the price go up as more and more sell?
So now the 18 people that have that in their wallet control the marketplace.
Right.
So them 18 people can go on, like, go back to where we were just a minute ago. Go back again. One more time.
This one?
Scroll up. Let's see. Okay, go to marketplace right now. So
Market?
Yeah.
Or marketplace.
The market within mine, because that'll go to the whole website's marketplace. So this is everything that you can buy on secondary. There's a number 1 right now for 800 wax, and it tells you $136 for that number 1 that we dropped on Saturday. So in order for you to be able to purchase that guy has control of the market. You can't buy that for you might be able to buy a different number, but the mint number 1 right now is on the marketplace for $136. Or whatever that says. It's pretty far away. I can't see.
So did
Which one are we talking about? This one?
Oh,
right
$36. Yeah. So, sorry.
Okay.
I saw the little.
So does he set the price or does it?
Yeah. So he has control of it. That guy in particular actually won that during the raffle. So we had this big contest where you had to do things and it entered you into it, and then we drew that guy's number. So all of these are different people that sell different things, right? Like, so these are all like, this is all my collection.
In your face, dude. Shut up.
So the posters are killing. Look at the dummy.
Dude.
That's from Dumb and Dumber. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I love these.
There's an orange one that goes with it as well.
I love these.
So how do you send these guys to farm?
So once you buy this, you have it in your wallet, and you can go to the Cyber Vandals website, and I'll show you that here in a minute. It's designed for mobile, so it looks a little bit weird on a big wide screen like this. But I set it up to where it actually looked like, you see Tally right there?
Yeah, Cowboy.
And Mr.
Before
T.
I leave, I need to buy one of those Cowboys.
Mr. T.
What's he run? $109?
Good luck.
Right.
It's number 2. Well, that's it, right? Like, click on the Tally Boy right there, right?
Yeah,
so if you want to learn the information about it, we go right over to the right side where the receipt's at, right?
Oh, now we're back to where we were before.
Yeah, this is what I was telling you was standard.
Mint, 2 out of 7.
Correct.
So just for this one, that's
number 2 out of 7, and the max supply is 7. So
where are
there's
the other 6 at?
Other people own them. This is the only one up for sale right now. You might be able to scroll down and see. There might be you might have the option. Yeah.
Oh, history? No, there's nothing.
None have been sold yet. So the 7 people that have them are holding them. They don't want to get rid of them.
What do people do with these once they own them?
So they're stakeable in the farm for a little bit higher mining power. So there's different. The more rare it is, and the less that there are, the more I can control. Like, okay,
so let's say I buy this for $110.
Yeah.
Like, and then I send it to farm and basically collect a dividend on it.
Yeah.
Until I want to sell it.
So it really does sound like stocks to me.
Well,
kind of.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about stocks to really even say that.
Stocks is
Not
the
all
Days.
stocks.
The Days Grimm turns into a publicly traded company, or public office or whatever they call it, PPO, I think. But we put our name on the market as the Days Grimm podcast or TDG or whatever stupid acronym they give you, and then people can then buy shares to own part of our company.
Gotcha.
So then when they own part of your company, with ebbs and flows of the market, one day the Days Grimm podcast could be worth $110 per share.
Right.
And there's a set amount of shares, if I'm not mistaken, in the market.
Yeah.
And then the next day it could be worth $50 a share. So if you're a wise investor, you essentially say, hey, I got this up and coming company.
There's certain stocks that pay you. So like AT&T will pay you. So like if you own one of their stocks for 4 months and they're positive that quarter, you make like 8 cents per stock or something.
Yeah.
But
so
you
it's
have to have a
like
pretty large chunk of that, right?
But then at the same token, the way I'm relating it to stocks a lot is that like you buy in on this new company at like, say I buy 100 shares at, $1 a share.
Yeah.
So that's $100.
Well, he came out of a pack that was like maybe $35, and now it's
this one was a specific blend. You had to have something to blend up to.
Oh, you had to have this and that to blend into this,
right? Yeah. So that's why it's so limited, because normally it's about 25 to 50.
So you have to own 2 of your pieces of art
and then get rid of them for that. But that comes with better utility. Because see, the thing is like what you're trying to do is create utility.
It is like a card game.
Sure.
It really is like a Pokemon-esque kind of card game.
Yeah. I mean, what the posters right here are far different than the 3D stuff. If you scroll back a little bit further, you'll start seeing, especially in like
that first one with the
marketplace.
Oh.
Well, scroll down, like, right? So, okay, perfect example. See business trip right there, and then next to it, you have the gold version. Now, the gold version is actually stakeable in a gold farm for a higher farming power. Now, we have what's called CV tokens, which has a liquidity pool for it, but we also have what's called CV points. So, a lot of these are stakeable for CV points, and the points can be used to buy a ticket, and those tickets are blendable for different NFTs that we create.
I'm going to be honest with you, dude. My brain is going to fucking explode real soon, dude. I'm losing my shit.
It's the next way of art. Like, who wants to buy a piece of artwork that's sitting on their wall? Okay, so now here's where the wall piece comes in, right?
Tony, I got to say something to you. Did I ever tell you I was raised in a trailer? I don't understand all this, dude. Were you really?
Yeah.
Sick.
I lived with my mom for a while, bro. She was
double wide or single?
Yeah.
Double wide or single?
I would say single.
Ours was a single,
dude. I was probably like,
we had 15, 16. We had money, though, in the park, enough so that we actually, we were able to put up a chain link fence around our trailer. Yeah, that's how
we lived on a military base.
That's how you knew next to in the trailer community, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if somebody put up a chain link around their trailer, like,
classy,
motherfuckers got money, dude. Yeah. So if one of them is going to get robbed, it's going to be chain link for sure.
And a car that worked.
Oh, dude, yeah, we had 2. We had a Buick Regal and a Honda Civic.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking sick. No, but yeah, dude, this is just so much information for my tiny brain to like take in. I just don't.
Well, I screwed around. I mean, I lost a lot of money.
How do you get into this world? How do you even? There's so much.
You have to have a wallet,
this, right? Like, how did you started tattooing, but like, how do you get introduced into this NFT world? That's like.
So I heard about NFTs, and I started on OpenSea and Ethereum and using theirs because Ethereum's like Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
But I found out that at the time, the gas fees, the transaction fees, were just holy shit. It would cost it. What I did is
you don't pay a gas fee here.
No, you pay for RAM. You basically pay for storage. So with Wax, and this is why I've joined Wax over everything else, is that when you buy something, it's pennies, right? Like Ethereum has a new option and all that stuff now called Polygon, but Wax started off that way, and they built a community. Funko Pops on our shit, or Funko. They do 3D animations for their pops now, so you can actually get stuff, and then you get redeemable. So if you get a certain NFT, Remember I was talking about the posters and shit?
Yeah.
With my collection, if you hit a certain NFT, I'll send you something. So it'll be a sticker pack, or it'll be a print pack, or it'll be a shirt. That's why I was telling you about the print on demand stuff, like shipping overseas, especially like Egypt or some crazy little country over there.
Yeah, Somalia.
It's just like it costs a lot to get them out there. It costs a lot to get a small, if you want to try to do something free. So a lot of streamers and stuff like that won't do overseas shipping, or they won't do, if you're overseas, you can't really get into this. In America, a lot of Canada really is really cheap to ship to.
Shout out to the Canucks for being cheap to ship to.
Maple syrup.
Well,
dude,
they ship weed in country.
They what?
Yeah, they ship weed in their country through you can order it and then get it mailed.
Oh,
like the postal service
in country, like in their country, Canada to Canada.
Yeah, they got their own Canadian mail group.
I got you.
That one in the middle right there. So you're looking at Borak, right? That's a character that we had, just kind of like Gibby earlier.
Yeah.
That's the old version, which means they collected enough of the young version to blend up to that. Now, if you think about our collection, it's much more like Pokemon meets graffiti. So the young ones do like tags, the middle ones will do throw ups, and then the big ones the old ones will do like murals. So you'll see that reflected in a lot of the work.
Dude, that's insane to me that there's this whole world. So I know nothing about NFTs. Mm-hmm. I know little to I know less than nothing.
You know
actually.
A lot now.
I know.
You know what to look at.
100% of what you've thrown at me tonight, I've absorbed about 9% of it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's repetition, though.
You can at least read the receipt.
That's all it is. Yeah,
I can read the receipt.
It's
and
repetition.
That's probably that's the 9% that I'm retaining.
Yeah.
But I'm interested that it is a lot like Pokemon in that, you've got to have this to get to that, to blend these, and then it comes to this, and then now you've got a chameleon versus a Charmander. It's like this cool, you know what I mean?
They don't fight yet, but that's a pretty good idea.
You know what I mean, though? It's because you have to have what was it? Chameleon. It was a Charmander and something to Charizard and Charizard.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? It's that weird thing that where
kids are all about Pokemon right now.
Yeah, dude. It's funny how those retro things come back. But what
Charmander to
Charmander to Charmeleon to Charizard.
Yeah.
And then there was one more after Charizard.
No, there's only 3.
There's
the V Max now. VMAX is the thing,
See, you know what I think Pokemon should do is stop making new games and go and do a $300-$400 game where you can play through the first one that leads to the second, you know what I mean, and then the third where it's Crystal leads to Yellow leads to Emerald.
All the games,
I want to
play
know.
Play them in order.
I just want to know, okay, so say that everyone buys into this NFT, which a lot of people, NFTs are becoming more and more popular, and it's more and more mainstream the more and more we go on.
It's good for collectors.
Yeah. But what say you to the individual who wants... okay, so reference the Strangers episode that we did. They did, and I'm going to make my point. My point here is that the Strangers are a local band from here in the tri-state area. They're really, really great, and they're really, really young.
Mm-hmm.
But they put out this really great album. You could stream it on Spotify, or you could buy the actual CD. But they went and actually made, and the album's sitting the album is right on your table there. Mm-hmm. That's those guys. They're really, really good.
Retro.
But they go out a year after dropping that album and make vinyls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, vinyls are a big.
I think they printed 100 vinyls or something.
Not even.
But yeah, and we asked them, we were in the interview, we were so why are you doing this? And you know what I mean? And it's because people still want that vintage, texture, what's the word I'm looking for? In hand.
How many people do you know that have vinyl?
I got one right behind me.
Oh, you do?
Well, we have one of theirs, but
no, I mean the thing to play it
right.
on.
Oh, like a record player?
Yeah.
I want one badly.
I have one, and I
have 6 of those vinyls, but I don't have shit to play it on.
But what say you to that person that wants that original flag work or that original, they want to own a painting and feel the contour of the brushstrokes, they want that true art in hand.
So
that's what I'm afraid of. Is with NFTs, we're going to get too far away from that.
I don't think so, because you still have people like I Am Cooper who are out there doing
There's never going to be a
galleries.
replacement for physical art, right?
There's in hand. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
textural. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's an original,
art,
right?
Yeah.
Like people consider it original. That's why the minting happens now. But 99% of the time, when I ask people, they're like, "Oh, I want to feel that. I want to touch that." I'm like, "How many do you have in your house?" And they're like, I mean, even this is a reproduction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even the stuff that looks old, like it would have all the texture, is just manufactured. So there's nothing really stopping me from having this. But you're comparing apples and oranges, right?
That's true.
Like, there's still going to be a necessity for that. But the truth is the young ones come up. Like, we're still like, yeah, we texture it, we want to touch this,
but
because we touched it.
Right.
But they grew up on Fortnite and trading Fortnite skins and going to Minecraft and building houses out of Minecraft. They don't give a fuck
and
what
they don't
it feels
want the
like.
storage.
They just want to own that son of a bitch right there because everybody else wants it.
Well, and they don't want
the new
storage.
way. You know?
It's so weird that you put it that way, but it really is that
It's
way.
true.
Dude.
We're raising kids on crypto. Fortnite has the
gems or whatever you use.
There's
to
the
buy
Robux,
stuff. Yeah.
the Robux, right? You go to Roblox and you use your currency to buy Robux, and then they use those Robux to buy shit in the game.
Yeah,
That's a fucking metaverse. That is a but the difference between it is that there's decentralized and centralized. Fortnite, all of these little metaverses are all centralized, and all the money goes right to the same person. There's no trading. You can sell your account, but you can't trade like you can trade this shit, right? So if you bought this as a video game or as a card game, we have a card game actually, but if you bought this as a card game and you, I got messed up on what I was thinking right there. I just spat. I had like 40 different thoughts at one time, and I was like,
that was a good way to actually talk about.
Have to pee. That's what it is it's fucking creeping right now.
Just rotate that mic out, man. Drop your headset. Go drop one in the. Go drop a. Just watch out for the little brown dog because he might bite you.
Might bite me.
Yeah, dude. Just don't try to pet him because he doesn't see good.
We're
back,
man.
And let's just say, okay.
That was a really good point about like kids, like we're raising kids on like cryptocurrency. Like since video games have become a thing and you buy that.
Yes. Imagine if you could have, like, when you first played Mortal Kombat 1, imagine if you would have bought Scorpion as a character that you could now sell this many years later, just like you did your Pogs or fucking Transformers or Power Ranger, whatever you were into.
Well, and I think
imagine having that but undamaged.
Do they have that for sandboxes? Because I played in a lot of sandboxes as a kid. You know what I mean?
I feel
or just like in rivers. I played in a lot of rivers as a kid.
I feel like the best part about this, the best part about this though, and I think what like the next generation is going to pick up on is like, if you buy this, like you could buy like 20 of these where you couldn't buy 20 original works of arts because of storage. Like I'm just saying, like. This, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about water damage. You don't have to worry about renting a storage unit to put other artwork.
COA, and the internet ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Well, that we know of. Yeah, no.
I mean, it could. I do think that, real life survival tactics. Both my kids are in Scouts, so they both learn traditional methods of fire keeping and camping, and they're both like, I'm very much raising them in a dual world because I don't know. I do plan on a foreverness of the digital assets and just it's just going to become more and more slim and more like people talk about, I'd never go to a metaverse. I'd never have a VR, but then they hold their fucking phone 3 feet from them and act like nobody else is there. They're already in a metaverse, whether it's attached to your face or 3 feet or, a foot from your face, they're fucking stuck.
Right.
And people talk shit about Tesla. Well, what if your Tesla dies? What if your fucking cell phone dies? How much of a panic are you in already?
Dude, I was just making this point at, what was it, at dinner or something. I was sitting down talking to people and I was like, man, it was yeah. Anyways, the point that I made was that, like, just leave as an adult in 2023, leave your house without your cell phone.
Yeah.
I've done it 100 times.
Well, but
you will, like, the first couple times you will lose your fucking mind.
Panic.
It's anxiety driven. Yeah. You're like,
what am I missing?
Your chest gets tight. You're like, what if I have an accident? What? Nobody fucking cares, dude.
At the gym.
Well, not only that, and not to cut you off, but like,
no, you're not.
What if you like, even like, say you have you're like thrifty with a fucking map. When's the last time you went into a gas station and found a map?
Right.
It's not a hot selling.
They don't
item
make
no more.
atlases anymore. They don't.
You used to be able to go to the gas station, buy a map, and be on your way.
Get an atlas of like the tri-state area. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you can zoom in enough.
Yeah, but dude, you can't fucking get one now.
Driving with a microscope.
You gotta Amazon it. Wait 2 days for it to show up.
I'm gonna buy a fucking atlas now. just for no goddamn reason. My wife's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" I'm be like, "Back the fuck up! I have Asperger's."
You're like, back up.
I'm
Thomas bought a
pointing at
$500
countries.
chessboard.
Yeah,
okay, who cares if I want to spend
up.
$50 on an
still
atlas?
Deserve a
Fuck you.
$500 atlas.
Still fuck you. Still fuck you for buying that stupid fucking chessboard. Okay. Anyway, so we're getting off the rails with the fucking atlas, but it is a wild world that we live in, and that our kids are kind of growing up in. I don't have children. I don't plan on having children, so there's that.
But you can. Okay, so here's a perfect example. Even if you don't have kids, you can still teach kids. You can still do things for kids. Like, I didn't really consider myself to be a teacher until I got older, and then I was like, okay, well, I can't change adults, but I can change what these kids are hearing, right? Because if they're hearing the same shit from the same adults, they become that person.
Right. And
there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of good attributes, but I think it's like, for me particularly, I try to put my kids around people that I would consider to be better in their category than I am, right? I don't go teach my kid how to play trombone. I did when I was a kid, but there's a fucking dude better for that. And I have to move my ego so that my son becomes better and he becomes a better person than I am, And then hopefully he teaches his little brother, and so on and so forth. So, yeah.
It's a wild world that we live in, though. I really am I'm fascinated by I'm just fascinated by everything that we've talked about tonight. And again, the 9% that I'm holding on to.
Yeah.
The very, very little information that I'm able to comprehend from this conversation.
When's your next drop of stuff?
Yeah, when's the drip? Or the drop?
We're doing...
Is it a drip or a drop?
It's a drop.
I saw a drip on there somewhere. Or no, it was a drop and it had a drip next to it. Sorry, not to be mistaken.
Well, just go to the website, cybervandals.io. I gave you all the background stuff before even showing you the easiest way to use all this stuff. So what I was running into is that people were definitely struggling to learn things, and we had to make it chewable for the average human that was interested, but a bit
doesn't know where to
pessimistic.
get started.
Yeah. So when you scroll through here, right, this is our base thing. When you're looking at this on phone, these look like traditional icons. That's what we wanted. We wanted to make it easy. So you have your drops, your marketplace, and your blends, right? That's what we just watched. That's actually links to what we just watched. The project, the games, and the token. The project tells you about the details of everything. If you want to click on that on project, I'll show you the beginning stages of this, and you can actually go through the full story. But click on that website or click on that video right there and see if you can't play that music. This will give you a
psych. Here we go.
Yeah.
See what this does for us here.
There you go.
The last piece of Earth.
Start that over real quick because I want you to hear the beginning part of it.
Billions of years in the future, a Boggart named Zeo discovers a crate in the ground on the last piece of Earth. The crate is filled with an unfinished project left behind. Zeo was able to finish it and hatch over 5,000 little creatures that evolved physically and artistically.
There's old Gibby.
As well as send message updates using the black box. The cyber vandals made such a mess, the Alien 51 noticed their fun and raided the Boggarts, stealing all of their cyber vandals to trade for cyber tokens. The message got back to Trip, and he decided to transfer himself through the black box and meet with the Boggarts to start the Coalition.
October 1st. Oh, this was the one that you did drop. Okay.
That one was the one we did, obviously, last year. But that was a promotion for it, right? That was just sort of explained to people because I was tired of talking and fumbling my way through it. And I felt like when I was saying it, I would get off on Gibby and then I would start telling stuff about Gibby. And I'm like, I need something where I can show people that sort of shows the beginning part of that.
A polished storyline.
Correct.
That is intense. That storyline is so fucking intense.
Scroll down and now go to the story room right there where it says the green one right there.
Okay.
All right. And then scroll down to the bottom. This is the one that I just released 3 days ago. Now this explain. These are all the files of how things got started. So you see the first message from Zeo, my response to Zeo. It's this whole storyline, right? It's just like Harry Potter or whatever. This is my own universe. This is my own version of Marvel. So if you click on that, go to series 2, click on that one. This is the next promo, right? Which would technically be after that.
Hello, Mr. Trip and friends. It seems as if my transmission made it, but just a bit too late.
This one came out way before the other one. So you can see as this was like the first one. I was trying to get people to get on the series too.
Okay.
So that's the one we just watched. Now scroll down one more, and it should be 4. Now click on that one. This is the newest one that we got. It's called 3.5, but this explains the posters.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, big fella?
I hope I didn't put a dud video over there. That was so...
It says it's loading, so I don't know.
What's up, big fella?
I don't know.
Let's do one of these, dude. Let's do one of these, shall we?
Could be a fluke. Could be one of those things where...
Welcome to Cyber Vandals. It appears you have found our black box and pushed its buttons. You humans are so curious. Upon your entry, we must first get your personal profile poster ready. Zio will take your photo and add it to the database poster inventory. This will help us keep track of all the humans entering our universe and allow you to trade and keep track of other humans roaming around here as well. Once you are finished with Zio, visit our command center at cybervandals.io for further inventory details and briefing. Enjoy your stay here, but be safe. The Alien 51 are lurking everywhere, and they will try to capture you and trade you for CV tokens. I'll see you soon. Go and find the Coalition. They will need you.
So Series 4 is getting ready to come out. It's called The War. It's basically the Cyber Vandals, the Coalition against the Alien 51, and they're called Vertex. It's coming out.
That's
so
sick,
it's
dude.
Yeah, dude. It's like
it is this like gnarly fucking storyline. And if you sat me down in a coffee shop and was like, "Hey, man, check it out. There's these Alien 51s, and they're coming at these CV guys." I'm gonna be like, "Hold on, are we talking Area 51?" And you're like, "No, a lot like it, but aliens." And then you were like, "No,
It's a
but
play on
CV."
words.
And then there's like a gun involved, and I'm like, "Who's got the gun? The alien?" And you're like, "No, don't worry about it. Now we're on to Neptune." And you're like, "Neptune, we're over here." Like, what's happening right now? You know what I mean?
Well,
But
that's the nice thing about having that.
Yeah, having these videos, it's like very clean cut, and then obviously like the scriptures here as well, like the writings.
So if you go to the top, right, this is how it all started with Series 1. It was a message it was a text message that was printed out on a bunch of computers, and I ended up getting this message back. Well, then this is from Zio when he finds that original box.
Right.
So the whole theory is right, I've reached the end of my life. I'm working on this project that takes this fluid and you put it in an incubator and it makes these little creatures that actually do art, right? And then as they get older, they do better art. It was just brainchild of mine. But I get old, I die, I bury this thing, and then the world explodes because the Alien 51 are a bunch of greedy fuckers. And then this chunk of land is out there floating, right? And at that time,
Like from Earth?
a piece of Earth is floating.
Nice.
Now Zio is a Borgot. Borgots were basically our pals. They cleaned up after us. We made them solar power because we were too lazy to plug them in. You know, a very, I would say Wall-E-esque. You know, if you know anything about Wall-E.
And self-sustaining.
Or Moan. Yeah.
I haven't seen Wall-E, but I heard it was great.
So that chunk of land went off. All the humans obviously died on it. Or
Does it matter what continent? Like, is maybe Indiana
it's a Middle
included
Eastern.
in this?
Yeah, it's definitely
So Indiana's
Midwestern.
fucked.
No, Midwestern, yeah.
Oh, it is Midwestern. Okay,
Metropolis
so maybe Indiana makes
So
it.
the nice part about I never thought about is also like you think about like you don't want to be forgotten when you're gone, and like people that you know will forget about you. But really, like doing stuff online, like the metaverse or something like you said, the internet's not going anywhere. It's not like they wiped the internet. You know what I mean?
Eventually it could be, right? Because there is a way to disable electronics. There's a way to disable things. So we're already there as far as like how we could destroy it, right? We would just have to target certain things.
For sure. Yeah.
EMPs and things like that. We could fix that shit real quick for everybody. But I think that would be worst case scenario, right?
You could collapse whole societies by just shutting off the internet there.
Holy fuck your asshole.
Everybody that has a debit card would be worthless right now.
Right.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like you would cash, gold, barter would be the new thing. We would go
Sexual favors,
revert, yeah.
Which actually we talked about that the last time you were on the show. The toots.
The toots.
We did talk toots. I don't know if you remember that or not.
No.
Do you not remember talking about women of the evening?
Ooh. Oh, ladies of the night.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You do recall.
Yeah.
You do recall. Ladies of the evening, man. So honestly, you girls out there pushing that P, you guys have the forever crypto. You guys got the crypto in your crotches. respect.
So
Man,
what?
People talk about privilege, but they never talk about pretty privilege.
I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. That's a real fucking thing.
It is, yeah.
I don't want to get derailed.
Nobody complains about a pretty person doing some weird
Dude, there
shit.
could be a fucking super hot blonde applies for a job and doesn't have half the qualifications that I do, and she gets it. If a guy
More power
interviews,
to her. God's gift.
She's got the crypto. She's got the crotch crypto.
But it's the same thing with like brains, because like even if Bill Gates came out dirty in the Epstein thing, people would still use Microsoft.
Is his name on the list?
Bro, you could
Yeah,
be
bro,
the
you
smartest
he-
fucker, and if you're really, really ugly, I don't think you would do well. People would just be like, he's smart, but man, I can't. Online base and avatars will change all that. You know,
Right.
people have new
What
confidence.
if he's
but
got a huge dick though?
nobody finds out? What if he has a small one?
That's true.
What if
That's
it's tiny
fucked?
as
You're
fuck?
fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
You're ugly and
dude.
tiny
If you're
dick.
Bill Gates and you have a tiny dick, you are fucked. You are
feel attacked
fucking
right now.
dying alone. You are dying alone.
Is this getting personal?
Dude, sorry. Anyways, we'll get away from tiny dicks and back to no. So your next drop,
Do the date?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
literally a week from
Yeah.
a week
Couple
from
weeks.
today. Well, this episode drops February 7th. Oh,
No,
stand by.
BG's the 7th. This will drop the 14th on
Yeah,
Valentine's Day.
you're
Today.
listening to this and it's
Today.
dropping today.
Yeah.
So-
well, if it's this late, what time do you guys drop it? 'Cause we'll
6
drop-
a.m.
6
6
a.m.
a.m. Okay, so it's coming up in 3 hours because I do 9 a.m. drops for my stuff.
Sick, dude. That's
Central
so
Asia.
fucking sick that we timed this
Yeah.
out by accident.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So, you're
Synchronicity.
You're gonna have like that movie with fucking what's his name in it. Anyways,
Will Smith.
I'm gonna pee so bad. Don't make me laugh too hard. So three.
I had one of those long night, like
Right.
midnight bar peas just
Oh,
now.
dude, yeah. The room is dark and you're just,
When you're ready to be done, it's,
It's
like, oh
still
my
going.
God.
You're like,
There's some
I'm
girl
done
named
already.
Extra.
there's some girl named Stephanie waiting for you at the bar. You're like, God damn it, I just want to be in my bed.
That's
no,
my
but-
wife's name, so it makes sense.
Fuck. Damn, dude, crushed it.
She would be waiting. Yeah,
Crushed it.
that's awesome.
I've
Perfect.
never met your wife, just for the record.
Yeah, that was
just
perfect.
for the record. You look like a Stephanie guy, though, if I'm being honest.
I am.
That being
Truth
said,
be told, I
though,
am.
no, it really works out really well that if you're listening to this episode right now, you're about an hour in. So what that means is in 2 hours
Yep.
from the moment this episode aired at 6 a.m. on the 14th, his next drop is coming out. And
Called
again,
the Love Connection.
And you'll have to get a wallet based on that site, or is it just like any?
So, it's just like anything, right? Like when you deal with Ethereum,
they have like a
and
centralized
Bitcoin,
wallet?
You have you have Coinbase and a lot of things that people are we're used to. But if you go to wax.io
Mm-hmm.
or you go to the frequently asked questions of our website, it'll show you how to get a wallet and attain one. And if you're having trouble with it, you just DM me. I want everybody to at least give it a shot. When you do sign up for a wallet, they do ask you to spend 5 wax, which is like a half a penny. But that's just to verify that you're a human,
Right.
you know, because what was happening is humans were going in
Miners.
and getting 50 of these accounts and then going in like
Buying all 50 of them mint.
just absorbing all the free shit. There's the Green Ranger that just came out. That was a good one. They do a lot of really cool stuff. Oh, Hot Wheels is involved in it. Click on the Hot Wheels one. See
Which
if it'll
one, this
show
guy?
their- Yeah. Dude, their
Oh, it
cars
won't
are
let me.
sick.
There's
So
no link.
Oh,
Just click view content.
boo.
Oh.
There you
Psych.
go.
Here we go.
Well, it's not a marketplace. This is
Oh,
just
yeah.
showing what's on Wax Network. But no, the car that's in that NFT actually drives. So you actually are watching it. But see, the future of this is say you buy that car and then Hot Wheels comes out with a game.
A game, and you can race
you
it with
use
that car.
in that game. Yeah.
That's
That's
sick,
where
dude.
the future of this is going. Web3 and all that stuff.
That's
That's cool. $1 NFT plants tree.
the So
So hold on. That's
sorry.
another thing. Sorry. That's another thing that we should talk about too, is that people are using this for a lot of positive. Like they're taking the proceeds that they're making from this and changing shit about the world. Right. So that one, I don't know specifically, but say I sell an NFT and half of the proceeds go to planting new trees. There are definitely projects that are in crypto in general, not just on Wax, but in the space, that are doing positive things for the ocean, like if you decided, okay, we want to do the Days Grimm NFT. If you guys went and bought this NFT, we would give half of it away to your local animal shelter. That's one of our moves that's going to come out. I think that Skunky Chunks just did that with their local, and they're in Ireland. So
Dude, we could do a wombat, and whoever buys them goes to wombats.
if you can find a way to like
shout out to Wombat.
preserve the wombat,
Yeah.
The cutest, you got a couple of them on your table right there. They're the cutest little fucking things, dude.
All of our stuff is stakeable to a game called Wombat Dungeon Master.
Really?
So you take these NFTs.
Where do I just take my money? Where do I go?
Type in Wombat Dungeon Master. You're gonna laugh your ass off. Yeah, just in your search bar.
Wombat. How do you spell dungeon?
DULMNOP. There you go, right there. It's in the search bar. There you go. Click on.
Oh, I was so close.
Click on this. Yeah. So there's a bunch of collections that all are accepted in here. You sign in with your wallet, stake your NFTs to their account, and then they'll verify you to essentially mine for a percentage. They put up like $20,000, $25,000, and the people, when they mint, whatever your mining power is, the more NFTs you have, the more mining power. The more mining power, the more results you get back. Right? It's basically a staking game.
Are they doing anything for real wombats?
I don't know. We should talk to them about that though. They've definitely used.
We got to talk to them. We got to talk to them.
Wombat Dungeon.
Wombats are in trouble.
So I met our collection. We wanted to be in this. This was like a huge. I mean, we're still a part of it, and it's still a huge part of our utility, right? Because when you have NFTs, it's different than a physical piece of artwork. Like I was saying, it collects whatever. But imagine you taking that digital asset and being able to play a game with it.
Right.
To do shit with it. You know, you're still paying the $5 or $10 that you would have done. But now the utility, and by utility, I mean like the extras. Right?
The functionality of it. Yeah, the multiplicity of it, if you will.
In NFT terms, it's utility.
I just
What's
like
the
that
reason
take
for this
up
shit?
Space and you can still use it.
That's neat, man. I dig it. I dig it. And I could see now earlier on where you said, like, people thought I was making a video game and one never came out and they were upset. Like, it's...
Right? So we made posters because that's...
in the same space, though. Like, I get it. Like, you start making these 3D animations and people are like, oh, shit, fucking Trip's making a game. And it's like, no, he's not. No,
anybody that knew, but the new people didn't know. So they were like, oh.
This is artwork that could be used in a video game because that's the future of NFT or like the Web3, like you're talking about. That's really neat. And I think that's like the multiplicity or like the ubiquity, multiple angle use of artwork is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's pretty neat.
And it's all trackable. So that's the best thing. Like if I decided tonight that like when we did our 100,000 celebration, anybody that bought one during that 100,000, I'm going to send them an NFT. I could literally look up all of their wallets and send them all an NFT
just a
tonight.
Surprise.
Just to say thanks, man.
Hey, man, I'm in your pocket.
Yeah.
And then they're like, man, I feel but then also free art. So you're welcome.
I think it's consensual. It's more of a consensual. They signed up for it. So.
Damn, I'm going to have to bleep that. I'm going to have to look for that segment in the show.
You bleeped camel the other day.
You need that clip. See, like on when you're doing it on OBS, you can hit clip and it'll leave a little marker, and you can go back and like edit that later.
Yeah, dude, we're working on fucking. This is third gen, third world country.
He called me the other day, and he's like, "I know you said somewhere in that episode, and I'm gonna have to go bleep that."
Like 4 bleeps.
Yeah. I try to do it at least once every episode now.
1 hour and 15 minutes ish into the show.
But the nice part is
camel. What was the other one? No.
You said the R word. Yep.
All right. So now that those are all out of the way, what do you got, Tony Tripp? What do you got coming up, man?
Is this the main thing you're pushing right now, other than tats?
You're pushing P. Just so we're clear, you're pushing P. Yeah. But what are you pushing in the next? In the first half of 2023, what's coming for you?
So, I mean, Valentine's Day is this, but do you think...
We got the drop. I mean, dude, it's all growth right now. Like, I came into 2023, like, really just avoiding a lot of the negative stuff. We were talking about, voicing your opinion on Facebook and stuff like that. I don't have time to entertain that. You know, to be honest with you, the people that have time to entertain and do that kind of weird stuff.
Wasted energy.
Yeah, exactly, man. Wasted energy. And like for me, I use a totally different platform called Telegram, and we have a chat in Telegram, and it's so supportive, and we give away free NFTs. And just if you open up a Wax account, you come to Telegram, and I'll announce that you're in Telegram, and everybody that is, all the cool cats from there will all send you an NFT. I got my buddy Nacho to sign up for one.
I'll sign up before the end of the night.
Yeah, dude. It's literally, you can sign up with a Gmail account. I think that for me, like, I love tattooing. I've been tattooing for a long time, but I think that the climate of tattooing, here's my prediction, right? Within the next 10 years, people will stop spending money on tattoos and start spending money on digital tattoos for their avatar in the metaverse.
No fucking way.
Or augmented reality tats where they're not even really on you, but like when somebody puts AR glasses on, they'll be able to see them.
There's no fucking way.
All these shoes that people are buying and losing money on because they wear them or they do shit, those digital shoes that'll be in that, that sort of metaverse environment will be worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
More. And it takes up no space. I know shoe collectors that have giant closets the size of this room from top to ceiling full of them where you could just buy
the fuck are you saying about my room?
Yeah.
You saying
it's a big
small room?
No, I'm saying I know people that have a fuck ton of shoes. That's how many shoes they have that haven't been worn.
Well, they're collectors. This is just another thing to collect. And if they can find value in it, imagine what's going to become important is, for instance, take a minor or a kid right now, right? Like my kids get on Roblox and they'll be in the same fucking room doing the same shit in the same thing, but they're jumping on blocks and collecting coins and just having fun together. Right. And they'll want fucking wings for that thing, right? And they got the glittery wings with the shit, the hologram and the neon colors and all that shit. And they're the coolest motherfuckers in that realm. And then they'll go to the next one, and they're the coolest ones there and there and there and there and there. And it makes them feel just like we feel when we get a new shirt.
Right.
Or when somebody sees you with a certain attire on, you feel good. Like, look, I got this shit you don't got.
Flossing, dude.
Because that, like Lex Friedman for a podcast.
You got that drip. You got that drip drop.
It all comes down to where's that attention being spent. When people talk about money and things like that, people also have to take into consideration that attention is a currency.
Right.
Right? And it's spent. When they say, he's spending it, the attention's spent here. That is what we're all fighting for is people's attention, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You want some of that wallet, and you want some of the money and all that stuff. But, there's people that'll go crazy for free just to be recognized because that they know that in the future that the recognition will be worth something.
Right.
100%.
And the things that are doing that, what's I think where AI is failing us all is that when you participate in an algorithm, or you look at a video, 99% of the stuff that people fuck with the most is the shit that they don't like. And 10 years ago, that was engaging and people like that. But with cancel culture, it makes it really bad. And everybody wants to be a part of cancel culture now. So when they see a video they don't like, or some miserable twerp in his house sees a video of some guy with a bigger truck with bigger nuts, and he's got to get on there, and he won't let that shit slide. So he'll comment on it. And then somebody will comment back, well, why are you so mad? Here comes the heroes, right? You got the victims and the heroes. And then you got and then he comes back with why do you got to suck this guy's dick? Blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And then there's this battle in the comments, but the algorithm's reading that as attention.
Right.
Oh yeah,
it's calculating how much attention this is getting and spreading it.
How long people are spending reading it.
How long did it take this person to type this message? How long did it take the average person to read this message?
All of it's analytical.
There and spent that much time.
All of it's analytical, and that's why the weirdest shit and the stupidest shit always pops up before the stuff you like. So I would tell people, as humans and as a human race, what we need to push forward is paying more attention to the shit that we like and we want to see than the shit that's negative.
Right.
Once you start, if I see something that looks like some chick's about to dance, I flip real quick. And it's not because I'm scared of my wife, not because of none of that shit, because I don't want them to think that I want to see more of that shit.
Right.
So I'm on to the next thing. If she's getting ready to get up to the microphone like this, and no offense, because there's a necessity for that, but not in my life.
Right.
So I'm immediately flipping to the next shit.
Or not when you don't want it. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about the ASMR girls?
Those are are you talking about the chicks that eat pickles next to the microphone while scratching a crab crust?
Or they're like the I do like the ASMR I like the ASMR unpackings of new MacBooks and stuff though, where they're you get the tape ripping.
I don't want to hear what's noise that loud.
What I want to hear is what's coming up for Trip, other than obviously today, February 14.
Yeah,
you had the big drop.
Yep.
Other than that,
next probably an Easter drop after that.
Really?
So March timeframe.
Yeah. Well, so in April, here's the next thing, right? We built out that studio. I've been working with these DJs. We've been actually we should give a shout out to Brokaw and Tugs for coming out and doing the NFtopia stuff for us. There's the live set that I built for them. That's all 3D. It's not actually like a set. It looks like he's in a set, But in the future, I really want to do more of these, and I think there's a collection of DJs and producers that are called Evolve here locally, and or at least from my understanding, they all go by Evolve. But it's a gang of these cats that all make music, and to me, like I love the music, so I love making art for it. There's nothing worse than having to do a project on some shit you don't really care about.
For shit you don't feel.
Yeah. So when I listen to his music, and I'm having to listen, like that was a good thing with Buried Alive, especially when I first started working with him. I was like a huge fan of him. So listening to that song 450 times over the next 2 months, yeah, I still liked it. You know what I mean?
Well, so basically, was he recorded on a green screen and then you just built stuff around it?
No, that's live.
Oh,
that's me projecting. That's me controlling that laser. I actually put in a second camera the second day. So the first day we did tugs. It was a static camera. The second day we did type in Strawberry Serenity and you'll see that pop up. That's the video we did last year. It's got like 350,000 views. Or 350,000 views.
This one?
Yeah.
Buried Alive. No, that's the one. I forget that guy's name. Go to the beginning or the pause button or wherever it was. It just popped it up. No, okay, go to the top on the right there. Strawberry Serenity. So this is a music video I made for them. I think it had like 328 views. The views are right underneath their logo there. I was trying to find it the other day.
Oh yeah, 328.
No, that's okay. Yeah. Those views. Okay, so 320,000 views for this video that I did. So, song's amazing. The fucking Charles and his wife. It's Kaylee, but super awesome. I actually did their album art for the mixed grape, and I got the pick that he used to make it.
Those were sick, dude. Yeah, the mixed grape was dope.
So we made that's the beer I was telling you about. They came out with a sangria beer for the mixed grape.
Nice.
It was all hood rat. What's cool, and only really me, Buried Alive, and you guys now know, the photo in the back of that watermelon piece that I did is actually the block that my mom lived on when she passed away. I went out and tagged this thing and took a picture of the block, and then I used that in the future to be on the front of this album.
That's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was like this whole section of my life was very, very meaningful, man. And like, I still love them. They're still great people. They're still doing they're still making music. But like I don't want to do music videos anymore. I want to do like maybe some live sessions. Maybe we'll come back and revisit in the future. But what I realized is for a while I was doing music videos. I was flying down to Florida, shooting this one band, coming back. It's
a lot of work.
I like the 3D shit better. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to work for Pixar, you know,
right.
So that was a big part of my life. Now I get to be Pixar. You know what I mean? I get to
do your own thing with nobody telling you how it's done or how to do it.
Proprietary.
Or what they want.
You get your own proprietary.
I get to do my thing, right?
Name.
And as an artist, that's the best gift. Better than money, better than anything else. I just kind of get to work how I want to.
And like you have your own fans that are supporting you through this NFT mode and like everything along those lines.
Go back. I want to show you the best part of that video. Scroll about 2/3 of the way.
Yeah.
Stop. That right there. Go back a little bit.
The gumball machine.
Right
I remember going and seeing
this. I want to do this live. I want to have this behind them.
Where like every time somebody orders an NFT, it comes out of the gumball machine or something.
So you can do pack openings and stuff like that too. But there was so many like little camera tricks. Like the quarter came out from actually where it was blacked out, the black bars below it.
Yeah.
But I think that this would be fun if there was a DJ standing right in front of it and these fucking guns came out of the back of the DJ and started spraying fucking bullets and shit. Oh my God.
That's hot, dude.
I need a proper amount of time. Wait till the strawberry shows up and start driving this bitch.
Dude, it seems like you have like this, you have your hand in a lot right now. Like as far as, but this is, that's fucking sick, dude. That's like an orgy, dude, of just gun power. No, but you have your hand in like this physical, God, I still can't think of the word. Like when you put something in your hand, like dexterity is not the word I'm looking for, but this physical world of the tattoo art realm out in Newburgh, which you're very successful with. You've got a ton of your tat children now that are helping bring people into.
Emily's the new one. I don't know if I mentioned her too.
Shout out to Emily.
Emily's cool.
Tell her to watch this, dude.
Yeah.
But you've got your hand in that. you've got your hand in. Are you still doing music videos and stuff or anything? If somebody were to contact you for the right number,
I actually stopped doing Buried Alive when I started doing Cyber Vandals because I felt an opportunity to create my own universe and create my own stuff.
Yeah.
With the portfolio that I had from them.
Right.
So we were able my dream was never to be a
but you basically got paid to learn how to 3D render.
They're the reason I got my 3090.
Right.
I run a 3090 GPU and I have that 11.
That's a big graphics card for you, Brian.
Fucking silly.
It's not the biggest anymore, but at the time, I went and paid like straight cash for it from the music video.
Well, with your hands in these two worlds, like Thomas likes to use the cup analogy as far as like you're pouring X amount of water into this cup and then into that cup, and your personal life, your company, your other company, your family, your friends.
Yeah.
Like, how does one balance these worlds that you live in? I guess you know what I mean.
Somebody once tried to use the whole jack of. If you're
but there's more to the phrase.
Jack of trade. Yeah. Well, that whole thing too. But
don't ask me to remember.
Here's the truth of it.
Google it.
I don't have a bunch of little cups. I have one big giant jug that I'm filling as an artist.
Right.
I don't want to be labeled a tattooer, especially now. To me, the term tattooer sounds a lot like SoundCloud rapper, right? Like I'm not saying that there aren't legitimate tattooers, but there's a difference between a tattooer and a tattoo artist. Right? Like jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah. Somebody was saying, well, you learn a little bit here and a little bit here. But at the end, they say a jack of all trades, but a master of none, but often more useful than a master of none or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Right. More useful for sure.
And that was William Shakespeare. Shout out to him. He died a long ass fucking time ago.
No, I described it to somebody.
He probably won't hear this podcast.
Like 1980 or something.
Oh, I described it to somebody as like, so some people say that about me, and I'm nowhere as near as efficient as like somebody like you or anybody else along those lines. But like I describe it like juggling. Like when you juggle, like you got your home life and work life, and then like you're juggling those two, but then it's like you find a little bit of free time. It's like, oh, I can make some candles. And then so, okay, you're juggling those three. And then you're like, oh, photography. But the downside is like, I find, so like, if I drop off on like I go out of town for a week and I can't video edit or I can't make candles or whatever, when I come back, it's so much harder to pick them all back up and keep going immediately from where I left off.
I think it would be different if I was like drawing and then swimming and then hunting and then building cars. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of difference. And I think at that point you're sectioning off your life to do these things that you like, but
it's all art.
There's nothing. I don't have categories. I have a direction, and I have a lifestyle. And when I go home, like when I leave here, I don't go home and just fuck off and watch Netflix. Like I don't watch very much TV at all. And like I go to the movies maybe on Tuesday, like on a Tuesday where it's $5. And my buddy, like I have one dude that I go watch a movie with just to watch like something on the big screen, or I'll take my kids. But everybody kind of judges it on how much I sleep during the movie, because when I get into a chair and I'm engaged and the AC's blowing, it's like fucking pass out, bro.
Right.
Like I can't.
You're narcoleptic at that point.
Yeah.
You're passing out.
Because I fuel myself on like when I leave here, I'm going to go home and probably throw something on the TV, just some kind of educational thing, but draw. I have another pack coming out. Always have shit to do. And I don't do well with boredom. Boredom is one of those things, like if you're bored, then to me, you're wasting time. And the older you get, the less time you have. So the less boredom you want in your life.
I did see this thing on the movie thing where they're saying napping, like some of the most efficient or smart, like that are napping, the
older you get, for sure.
Well, even Islam, not the religion, but the fighter. Like he would wake up, run 2 miles, eat breakfast, go to sleep, wake up, run 5 miles, and then like take another nap, and then like go do some like other type of workout and take a nap.
I can't do that. Once I'm out, I'm like fucking done.
Yeah, dude. There was
I took a nap before I came here today.
Yeah. There was a good. I get groggy.
I was tired as fuck on the way. I was like smashing a monster and eating some candy.
It's rebooting the whole system for me.
There's a good quote out there about boredom, and it's like idle minds or idle hands are. It's either hands or minds. I can't remember. It might be minds. Idle minds are a
You find yourself doing dumb shit when you're bored, like just walking around the house or eating too much.
They say it's the work of the devil, basically. Like idle hands lead to our tools of the devil or something. Yeah. So like, stay fucking busy and keep hone your craft. And I think stay
going a direction, whether you know where what the goal is.
Yeah.
So for me, for the last like 10 years or so, I've been working on 3D because I wanted to be a 3D animator when Toy Story came out. I just didn't get to go through the college and do all the shit. So I ended up becoming a tattoo artist that ended up doing well as a tattoo artist to buy my own equipment to make my own Pixar at this point. But when I was
proof at YouTube University,
I tell everybody I'm from Monsters University. So like, I actually have it on my Facebook page now too, that I graduated from Monsters.
Hell yeah.
But like, so when I was doing all the animation stuff, I was just enjoying what I was doing. There was no NFTs or no way to mint it or no way to turn it into something.
Right.
Like even at the time,
you were just posting it.
Yeah, it was like, well, not even that. I was just doing it for myself. Like I work on music a lot, and I would never publish it because I don't want to be judged as a musician. Right. I don't pose by my drum set like, here I am working once a day or so at my drums. Like I personally, but like art is my ever since I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like it was my way to communicate with the world. That's why I get frustrated with the tattoos, because people see something and they want to emulate it. Whereas me, I don't want to emulate anything you've seen. I want to take what's inside your head and make that tangible now.
Real. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I was thinking it too, but I didn't have it.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Tangible. Things you can touch.
Tangible thing, yeah.
Is there a way, so like, say I wanted to bring those alien NFTs out, like is there a way to collab with people to where like,
well, for sure, like with us, what we could do is
like I could bring it to you and be like, hey, like if somebody resells it, you get a 5% cut of the or whatever it may be.
So you can split sales. All of the secondary sales go back to the collection creator. There is ways to add people to it. I don't really do that. Like what I would do, like if I was a collaborator and I wanted to collaborate with that, you would start your collection, you would add your aliens, you would mint however many you were going to mint. Say you wanted 25 of each one. And then what I would do is I would come in and put that alien on one of my character shirts. And I would say, in order to get this, you have to have that one and you have to have this one. Then you burn both of those and we both win.
Right.
And then they get this more rare card or NFT that they can now stake in my collection or in Wombat, because we're part of Wombat.
We got to get a part of Wombat, bro.
There's a lot of utility and we're working on it constantly. Like I've been brainstorming. Like what we do now is we have a whole point system. So most of the stuff in our collection that you've bought is stakeable now for CV points. Those CV points, 500 of those points create one ticket. One ticket is how you blend for a pool of free NFTs that we have. So I'm trying to figure out a way to create a game where you could take your CV point, buy a spray can, and then go use that to tag. And while you're out, you either come back with a cool picture of a tag, or you come back, you ran into an Alien 51, lose money, or you run across a treasure chest that gives you more of these points, right? The points are right. So right now we're on Galactic 123. So we have our own planet that you can go to. You can actually mine on that planet for NFTs.
So this is non-VR. This is like the thing we walked around.
So that was just a convention. That's just that's no different than me renting out the 4-H center.
Because you have the Quest, don't you?
Yeah,
Quest 2. And you've tagged in the actual metaverse.
Actually, one of those the NFTs that we were looking at earlier was me tagging Cyber Vandals.
How different is that versus like real life tagging?
There's no wind, so that's 90%.
But it's pretty accurate to like.
Yeah, I would say I like it. It's not, you're not holding the can in the right position or anything. It's like a trigger,
right?
But I think overall, as far as like the usability, I would say it would be like being in the perfect wind condition with the perfect can with the perfect cap that doesn't spit or spat. It's the same reason why I would rather use an iPad than draw on paper.
Right.
Because I have all of the tools.
Line.
No, because I think, I mean, you can turn line smoothing and shit on, but there's a time for that and a time not for that, right? Like you would use a different brush for different things. But with an iPad, I have all of my whole warehouse worth of art supplies in one place.
Right.
There's no eraser marks. There's no nothing. So I still draw it the same way I would physically on paper, but because it's on a OLED screen, it's much vibrant. Right. I can get way more saturated, way more. It's the same shit I would do for a tattoo. It's just a different medium.
Right. I guess for the people that are just listening or whatever, like when you're talking about like when you draw the same way on paper, you're drawing the circle with the lines to keep the.
I sketch it. Yeah.
And then going back over with a finer.
Right. The difference is in real life, I would sketch on paper and then I would put another piece of paper over that, line that, you know what I mean? Then I would take that and I would import that, or I would usually make a copy of it and then color in the copy so I don't ruin the original line work. And then by then you got like 8 or 9 different layers where I can still make the same 8 or 9 different layers, but at the end of it, I can get rid of that first layer and now I have this perfectly crispy piece.
Is it safe to say that most tattoo artists are functioning primarily off of iPad now?
Yeah, I mean it's really weird to see traditional artists using iPads.
Right.
That to
But
me,
it is like this is a real conversation that we're having right now.
Yeah, it's
like
the standard.
90%, or do you think 100?
I would say probably
people
like
that-
98%.
There's people who can't afford it still,
Right.
but as a tattoo artist, eventually you should be able to afford that.
That's insane to me that like we've made this conversion in my lifetime. Because when I got my very first tattoo, which was I got Zoso from Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin on my left pec. That was like I watched the guy draw it. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, he's really talented.
Yeah.
Like I watched him look at a picture of Zoso and then draw it in front of my eyes.
Well,
like insane.
so
And
me
now we're
personally,
from that to an
the
iPad,
iPads, but
which is the same thing. But
for me personally, I don't like drawing on anything but the client. If I'm doing a tattoo, I like to draw on the client's skin because I think that it fits the body better. You can't draw on you can draw on a flat piece of paper
but
and
you
pray.
can't, adjust for this bicep or,
You can't fit a
'cause
flat
I got
piece of
big
paper.
guns, dude.
Yeah,
No, I'm
look at that. You see that thing?
He beats off a lot.
I don't want to hurt you guys,
Let me
dude.
see the other side. I gotta make sure
That's
they
weak,
match.
dude. I'm a lefty. No, but I'm excited, man. I just wonder, like, how. So, what I was getting at with my question, like 5 minutes ago, was you've got your hands in these two big worlds,
Nope, just one big world.
right? But like
One big dream.
tattooing, and in
Well,
this,
you eventually said when you get older, you kind of want to phase out of the tattoos, right? Or did you say you would only do it not necessarily
So
on like...
my goal was to retire by I was 40, right? And to be honest with you, like I'll be 40 this year. In August, I'll be 40. I started when I was 17 tattooing. And now I'm at that point in my life where I see a much bigger picture that leads to outside of it. And I've watched the climate of tattooing become, the same people that bitch about old people going to the shop and stealing or picking a picture off the wall are the same people that get on page 1 of Google and download that shit and get that, girl flower tattoos, And much respect to anybody that has their stuff. I don't want to like belittle anybody. I just no longer want to participate in that type of race. So the people that I work on I think are genuine. They're genuinely trying to collect a piece of artwork versus being tatted. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. Or at least to me, and in my world, that's important to me. So I found that integrity in the things that I like to draw, I need to connect with a person. If you have a picture in mind, go to the closest guy that's closest to you and get that done. If you have a story in mind, holler at me because I want to hear that story. I want to connect with you as a person and a long-term client and then illustrate that onto your body. Because I'm going to ask you, what's funny now with the tattoo shows and all this shit is people come in with an answer already.
Right.
They don't have questions no more. They're already experts at everything now. So when I deal with people and they come in, they're like, well, what would you charge for this? And I'm like, I wouldn't, because you need to contact the artist that you just jacked that from and probably the client that's wearing that and doesn't want to match your fucking weird ass.
Maybe that was their original idea or representation of their grandma. Now you got
that.
Aunt Susie's memorial.
Perfect instance. There was a dude that had a picture of an eyeball with a clock. It was like a clock, an eyeball, and a little girl on a swing in a couple more things, right? Seemed really intricate. I'm like, man, that's kind of a deep piece. Where'd you get that from? He's
has
like,
a story
I found it on Google. I was like, oh no.
You're trash.
I was like, that's that dude's daughter's eyeball and his daughter on a fucking swing, and you're wearing that shit as him and like in my
honestly,
my brain glitched.
There's a clock involved.
I don't want
so
it.
Probably she had cancer and died. Okay, guys. You know what I'm getting? The moral of the story is don't just jack fucking
tattoos
off Google.
Be
dude.
original.
Yeah.
Have a story. Stop trying to copy everybody's. Tattoos have become cosplay now. Right?
really
If I
have,
get
yeah.
that tattoo that he has, then I'm as cool as him. everybody's a lion.
The one tat that I will
with
get,
the crown.
The one tat that I do get behind that has like that everyone has is like the Americana stuff. Like
patriotic
the
sleeves,
tiny like the Americana, like tiny little like Sailor Jerry's type of sleeves that are just like a bunch of, here's a dagger, here's a little heart,
it looks like patches to
me. They're just like tiny little icons that build a sleeve. Like everyone has those, and like it's hard to not replicate Americana. It's a style.
There's
only so many.
But I think like
that comes down to it.
And like when we get to AI, it'll be nice because there's people like Ed Milet that's like tatted up but like wears long sleeves because he's like doesn't want people to be more interested in the ink. I think that'd be interesting because like I got a nug on the back of my calf, right? So anytime I go around,
sweet fucking nug.
Anytime I go around my grandparents, like I don't wear shorts normally because I just don't want to hear them bitch about weed smoking and stuff along those lines. You know what I mean? But in an AI world, you know what I mean, or in an NFT world, well, you could turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, I'm going around family. I'm just gonna.
Well, where do you think we're going with genders?
Right.
To me, and as an old man, right? Like I'm an old man.
Insane. There's like 90 genders now.
Well, your sex is what you are, right?
Yeah.
Your wiener and your vagina. But
your
gene
and the
gender
ween
is the avatar. Right? Is how you feel about that. There's a fire gender. I made a joke one time about how firefighters were, the word firefighters was offensive to the fire gender because it sounded like you were attacking the fire gender. As a joke. Then I Googled fire fucking gender, and there's people that feel stronger in warmer climates. That's their gender. And I'm like, this is an avatar. This is what you believe you are, and that's
can't do that. I don't even know how do you...
I just don't see how people get offended. Like, you're supposed to know what to call them. Like, who cares? You're a person.
Well, that's the politically...
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you're a human,
that's
right?
a bit of narcissism and stuff like that. It's like, everybody should do what I want.
That's so dumb.
Like I don't... You're a cunt. You know what I mean?
We're learning. We're all learning this stuff, you know?
Yeah, like...
You don't know what's offensive
There
or
are
what's
people that are okay with being called girl by people they know, like a woman who identifies as whatever, but their friends can call them, hey, girl, you know, and they're cool with it. And then a stranger calls them, hey, girl. They are immediately offended if someone they don't know calls them by the same noun that their friends.
Times. It's best not to talk.
Anyways, I don't make new friends, man. So honestly, welcome to the club. You're one of the last few.
Yeah. The worst thing you could be is a white male right now.
Yeah, bro, we're fucked. If you're bald and have a beard, good luck, dude. Shit's about to get tough for you.
I mean that.
No, man, I'm excited about everything you got coming up.
You just change your gender, bro.
I'm probably going to. Oh, you're talking to him. Okay, yeah. 100%.
Well, you know how they have like the they, them? I said I wanted mine to be he, haw.
I like that. He, haw.
That's
dude.
mine. He.
I want mine to
haw.
be peepaw.
Peepaw, yeah.
I'm not going to have children. I just want to be known as peepaw.
I think it's cool that people, you know, like it's nice that people's insides are being able to come outside and they're able to be who they want to be.
Yeah.
And we live in a nation where people can kind of like do that.
Do what you want.
But there's extremists and there's people that kind of ruin it by being just overly loud about it, you know. Like
there was a guy in Wisconsin that tried to marry a toaster and they were like, no, you've gone too far.
There was a guy that changed his sex in order to get rights of his kids. Like he was like, I identify as a woman. And
and that worked out in his favor.
Yeah.
People are once it starts becoming law and all this stuff, then it's going to be
such a weird time.
It's going to get sticky, dude.
It's not my game. It's not my keys. It's not my car.
I'm out, dude. Exactly. Like, not my keys. Not my car.
I have a wife.
I say, dude, you know, it doesn't affect me directly. I don't give a fuck.
I think. Well, I will say this though. I have a key point to make.
But don't hate me for just being ignorant. I think not ignorant, but
and I said this when cancel culture started to my brother, and I stand by it. And I think with the whole sex thing, gender, people are associating with themselves and their names. We will meet an apex, and we will eventually come to a point to where it's like, okay, there is no more, and we're going to hit a renaissance.
Well, it's like that's how Rome fell.
And exactly. Yeah. So we're going to hit this point of like absolute obscure fucking chaos, and then we're going to go right back. And I think the U.S. will survive it. Yeah. But I think we're going to go back to be able to like make fun of each other. I think we're going to be able to make fun of other races. I think we're going to be able to make fun of Jews again out in a public space. And like people are just going to be cool with it. And like I think we really are going to turn that corner one day where we're like, wow, shit really got out of hand there for a little bit, didn't it? And we're going to be like, yeah, it fucking did.
Well, it'll have to be.
What's the ultimate cancel culture, though? If cancel culture cancels cancel culture.
Right.
Because eventually people will stop.
Eventually, you're in a Dr. Seuss novel.
Eventually, everybody will be canceled.
Well, yeah, people are going to be like, yo, suck it up, bro. We're just chilling right now. We don't have to fucking be victims of what this guy just said. Like, at the end, there was something that I heard one time where they were like, this dude was getting cussed the fuck out in like Spanish, but he didn't know, so it didn't affect him. He just saw this lady getting mad. I was like, what's she so mad about? And he's fucking puta, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Just saying.
She's throwing tomatoes at him.
Yeah, well, I mean, and he's just like, but the moral of the story is we are allowing that shit to affect us.
Right.
So what we need to do is cancel being offended. That would be a good start.
That'd
if we canceled
sick.
if you're offended, cool, keep it to yourself. Write it down on a piece of paper and light it on fire.
Yeah, that's sick.
Be
dude.
mad.
I
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
I like
Create
that.
a fake Twitter.
We're
and
all fucking
post it on there or
offended. There's
something,
shit that's going to piss me off today, but there's no reason that the world should regulate around that.
Right.
100%.
What's this like? Somebody cuts you off on in traffic. You shouldn't be mad about it all day. You know what I mean? Like,
Even though I will be.
I mean,
Road
but
rage is
like
real.
you could argue.
you got here fast as fuck today.
Yeah.
We'll leave.
I
it.
was
I was
like,
on my way.
We'll leave it. I'm excited for you though, man. I like this.
It's the future of art.
it really is.
The future of digital media. Like I would like to see like our kids, all our, like everybody just kind of like doing being able to take this stuff that we're doing already and monetize it, right? Like imagine if you got paid for your pictures on Instagram.
Right.
Something. Even if it's small, maybe I could release 10 of those.
I wonder if I could shut
cones.
down. Oh, I guess I couldn't because it's already been posted on Instagram. But like, I guess that you could technically take your Instagram and convert it into NFTs and delete your Instagram.
Right. I mean, like, see
I
the
would
prints
totally
right
do
there.
that.
The prints I would sell for $5. The NFTs I sell for like $2.50 or $3. But at the end of the day, that piece of paper goes home with you and you hang it on your wall and it's cool. But that NFT is going to reward you a lot longer.
Right.
It's just whether you want to play or not. You can still buy it, print it out, and put it in a fucking frame. It's the same shit.
It really is. From what I'm gathering tonight, the NFT game is exactly that. It is a game, and I think it's intriguing. I think that's a fun way to look at it. I think that I think you're onto something good here. Obviously. It's catching on. It's been going on for how long have NFTs been a thing? Even like 5-10 years?
Well, crypto in general, right? Blockchain.
10 years.
Yeah, well.
2013, 2012.
I don't know. When did look up Bitcoin? Because that was really like, I mean, it was before Bitcoin, but that was like our first.
2013-ish, I think.
When did Bitcoin start? The file
2009.
Yeah.
2009. So a hot minute. But this is something that you're getting your hand into, and I think that
well, that's crypto. That's just blockchain and tracking transactions.
But it's the same thing. It's like this non-traceable thing.
No, it is traceable. That's what people think.
Well, Bitcoin's not traceable.
It is all traceable. Yes, it is.
Well, if you purchase with Bitcoin, it's not traceable.
Every time you sign in with any of the crypto, anytime you sign in with a wallet, it creates a block of data that's chained to the rest of the block of data.
So if the Alphabet Boys want to come get me, and I just bought a 9-year-old with Bitcoin on the dark torrent market, that's not. They would literally track that, yeah, for sure. The Alphabet Boys would come get me?
Yeah, I mean...
All right, dude, so all you fucking people out there trying to buy
what would
children...
happen is everybody on the internet would come after you, which is worse than that.
Right.
Well, so...
you seen the movie Don't Fuck with the Cats?
That's what you buy.
People buy
kids with cash, bro.
Dude, that show fucked me up.
Yeah, but that was a dude playing too much on the internet.
He was. He fucked around and found out.
Yeah, he did.
No, but I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for your drop today on February 14th at 9 a.m.
Coming soon.
So get out there. Probably by the time, if you're listening to this at like noon or like 2 o'clock, like there's a good chance he's already sold out. Yeah. So
9 a.m. CST.
Yeah, Central Standard Time. So get in there.
You normally sell out day one?
This one was 2 days. Yeah. So, I mean, they usually take a little bit longer, but the more like, okay, so
the more you do it, the more you're going to sell out.
Right.
The more people
the more you're adding value to your community.
Right. So people like the utility and all that stuff is all, it's all under development where it's a constant. I tell people there's like, the goal would be to have our own metaverse. Right. Our goal would be to have our own game, just like Fortnite, just like whatever. Maybe it's Mortal Kombat with spray paint, right? But that's still a pipe dream from now, right? Like right now, I'm doing all the art. I'm doing all the animation. I'm doing all the minting. We have 4 admins that work with us or work with me, and they're amazing. They go out, they're input ideas, they're good feedback, they're solid stuff. But at the end of the day, it's me and that computer making all the shit happen.
It's like people have their own their own Grand Theft Auto servers now that like you can invite
Yeah,
people
but it's
to, and
based-
they're making money on that
Yeah.
shit too.
Right.
But it's all based on Grand Theft Auto
Right.
and not adding in.
It's
your own
not
stuff.
decentralized. It's
Right.
centralized around.
Right.
Yeah. And what we're trying to aim for is the fact that you could take this one NFT and go to multiple. Imagine if you could take your Fortnite character and go into Minecraft and GTA
And
5
Roblox and and play as that character.
and you get to you have Scorpion and fucking knocking down creepers and shit. That would be amazing.
I'm in on that.
Ready Player One. I tell everybody, Ready Player One is like the fucking roadmap for what's happening already. Right. When that movie came out, it was like, whoa, this would be a cool idea.
And it's like, yo, this shit's.
It's already happening. Like
Wildly
we're literally
accurate.
having conventions in metaverses, and we're literally like
People are having office meetings in the metaverse thanks to the
Snoop
pandemic.
has a house
Dude,
on
people,
Sandbox.
I saw these companies. They instead of sending their employees computers and everything, they send them all the new Oculus, and they're from home, and they all go into the metaverse and they do their conferences there. And then they type instead of you got your MacBook here, but you put it on, and you'll have 3 screens in front of you. So you, like I could edit in the metaverse and like on my Adobe and everything, and have like Twitter over here and something else over here.
A milestone that happened for my life, and this is one of those ones that was like a surreal moment, right? Like okay, so there's a dude named Kent Estep. He's actually, I think he used to live in Newburgh or something for a while, but he actually works for DreamWorks. He did a bunch of visual effects on like the new Bad Guys movie, any visual effects. Like he does a lot of clouds, he does a lot of explosions. That's his job, is to make explosions in fucking A-class movies. And the way I met this guy is at RaptorCon. Shout out to RaptorCon, because we'll get ready to have another one. But RaptorCon, I heard about this dude and I went and took his course. He was talking about Unity and all this stuff, and I was rapping with him about the same shit. So it was like he would say something and I would answer it, but like in a way that I knew kind of he would understand that I know what he's talking about. So we did that one year, and I like sent a message. I was like, dude, this is so cool to meet you. Like the stuff that you're doing is like fucking legendary,
Fuck yeah.
And come to find out, his office and all that shit was in like San Diego or San Francisco or LA or whatever the fuck it is, where DreamWorks is. But he moved to Santa Claus, Indiana, where there's Google Fi. Right. So he works remotely from there. Well, this dude came to my studio, watched one of my animations, gave me some feedback, gave me a compliment, dude. And like, I was literally talking to like, as far as people in my life, the godfather of animation, and knowing
the guy
what the
you wouldn't even have met if you went to Universal.
Yes, dude. Like I've seen so much of his work, but never even would have known who this dude was, and except for that convention. So shout out to RaptorCon, shout out to Kent Estep. You can look up Kent Estep, and I just want to brag on him for just a second, because
No, 100%. Let's outro on
class.
Kent. What's his name? Hold on a
Kent,
second.
Kent.
Kent.
Yeah, Estep, Estep, and then IMBD. Which is
like his IMDb page.
Yeah, DB, yeah.
Gotcha.
I said it wrong. My bad. So yeah, click on that and look at this dude's portfolio of work. Like when you start seeing these movies, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!"
It took like 20 minutes to open this page because he's got like a fucking. He's got books, dude.
Watch, it's not gonna show anything. Okay, so iRobot
stuff. The day
Dude,
after
I
tomorrow.
fucking love the book and the movie iRobot. Phenomenal.
Day After
series.
Tomorrow effects. So this isn't even updated right now. See, it's got Boss Baby 2 on there, The Crows, Trolls 2. He was on all these movies doing all this shit. Alice Through the Looking Glass, Avengers. You know what I mean? Like buildings collapsing. That's this dude, right? So to even have contact with this dude, for him to even message me back.
Busy he is.
Man.
2011, 1, 2, 3, 4 projects. 2012, he's got one. 2013, he's got one. 14, he's got one. 15, 16, 17, takes a year off. 19, 20, 21. God.
This hasn't even been updated yet.
Yeah, but think about the money that the homeboys make. Mr. Kent.
Super nice dude.
Estep, am I saying that right? Kent Estep?
Yeah.
I need to meet him. To meet him. Look at and look right there, Evansville, Indiana, everybody.
Yeah.
So shout out if you're curious.
Yeah,
figure it out, dude, because this is where art's born. Evansville, Indiana, dude. What do you got? So the last couple minutes is all you, man. Plug anything you got coming up. Plug websites. Plug your socials. Anything and everything that you got going on. Please let the people know. where they can find you, where they can buy these wallets, packs, whatever. So what do you got?
Yeah.
Last couple minutes.
So all the information you'll need is at TonyTreb.com. You can go to Unspoken Art Studio if you're interested in being tattooed by me or one of the team. Everybody can help you out. If you need artwork, whether it be physical, if you're not into the NFT stuff, then definitely check out Unspoken Art Studio because we have a lot of physical art. We have a gallery. We'll be throwing a couple shows this year as well. Shout out to James. Shout out to my wife Stephanie Tripp. Shout out to Emily. They all make the team go round. They're all super, super rad. You can check out TonyTreb.com for my portfolio and all my stuff, but all of my attention right now, all the video attention, all my video game time, all my movie time, all my Netflix and chill time is all dedicated to cybervandals.io. So check out cybervandals.io. I've tried to set it up as easy as possible. If you have a single question, click where it says Telegram right there at the top of that website. Boop. Click on that Telegram. It's going to take you to a Telegram website or a Telegram app, and you'll be able to ask any question, and there's always somebody on deck. The one thing that's different about NFTs versus like tangible or physical art is the fact that physical art, especially in our time zone, has a nap. Right? Around 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, everybody's fucking sleeping. NFTs don't sleep. When I go to bed, Muhammad in Egypt is up. Sean in UK is up. When they start getting relaxed and they start going to bed, then me and Havoc and Drew will show up. You know what I mean? So we're running this thing 24/7. We have a bunch of different communities. Scroll down to where it says that map right there. That map is the last 50 users or some shit. I think you can go to social. I think it's under the social one right there on the left. And no. Just you can go back to that map right there. Go to friends, fan art, and collaboration right above it. And I think that'll show the map. Let me see. Yeah. So that tells you there's the keys for the map right there. But you can see just how far we're reaching in the last 50 visits. If you scroll over to the left, it tells you I think it was at 40 or 50. I can't see on the computer right here. 49 previous visits. So it shows you're the red one right there, but the yellow ones are the last 10, 40, and then 50. So you can see how we're getting interest from this all over, and it keeps spreading and spreading. These are collaborations that we've done with other people. But man, Cyber Vandals and the future of art, if you have questions about NFTs, that's cool. If you're trying to get into NFTs for the wrong reasons, you think there's a cash cow or you think that there's this, it's just like saying you want to be a YouTube streamer right now. Right. You're not just going to go click on your camera and hundreds of thousands of people are going to watch you. Just
you got to work at it every day.
You're going to make an NFT and nobody's going to give a fuck about it. The Black Friday last year, I released my first NFT and it was I wanted 20 and it was one wax, or it was 20 wax each or some shit. It was basically a penny a piece. Couldn't sell them for shit. This year we can't hold on to them. Right. So the growth is definitely there. The future,
it's the future.
Of just digital media at all, whether you're an artist or a musician or just a creator in general. Right. It's a good thing to get into.
Do you have any physical actual events coming up here in Evansville?
I'm aiming for April. We're gonna do one at Unspoken Art Studio. We're gonna have live tattooing there. We're gonna have the DJs come out. We're gonna one of the things I thought would be cool was to have that wall that I projected onto, have individual NFTs, and we'll have an auction during that amount of time. So if you are into NFTs, you can actually scan it, click it, buy or bid on it. But you'll also be bidding against the rest of the world as well. Yeah. So it would be a cool way to bring the NFTs into reality.
Right.
I'm very, very excited about the space that you are creating. I don't know that there's a lot of people in Evansville that are doing it on the scale that you're doing it, and I'm very excited about that.
They're more than welcome to come join them.
And if you are hearing this and you have questions about any of this NFT stuff and you're an artist or a curator yourself, reach out to us. Reach out to Tripp himself via his socials that he's put out. I mean, man, you just have a wealth of knowledge, and there are tons of artists in this area. This is the future of art. So if you're curious about it, reach out to our mans here.
Yeah.
And you're always just come to the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want people to feel welcome. I mean, don't come unannounced because I got shit to do.
Right.
But hit me up and we'll set up a time, and I'd love to just kind of brainstorm with people. There are people that I think are genuine and trying to learn, and then there's people that are just trying to cash in on art. I have zero interest in the cashing in on art shit, and I want to deal with people that are genuinely trying to build a community, or like you guys have a community already that I think could benefit from just adding it to your plate. We're not trying to replace anything. We're not trying to say fuck posters or fuck paintings or whatever. I'm definitely like, this is an addition to your sneaker collection, to your iPhone addiction, or whatever it is your chocolate is that you
and it
like.
doesn't take up any physical space in your house. That's what I like.
And once you own it, you own it.
Right.
People, as the project grows, people want to go back and get that old shit, just like they want the old sneakers or they want the old.
Well, the nice part
Pokemon
is
cards.
you can sell a Days Grimm shirt in real life, but then you can sell a Days Grimm shirt for your avatar.
Yep, we can make one in our collection. I don't see why we shouldn't have one. Maybe by this date. Maybe it might be drop date. Make sure you check the drops page.
Dude,
We might have a fucking shirt.
Honest
out
to God,
now.
if you make a TDG T-shirt,
We'll make
bro,
you guys into those posters.
Hey, that'd be
huh?
hot,
That'd
dude.
sick.
That'd be hot. That'd be too hot. But no, you could be doing anything for the last couple hours. So I thoroughly appreciate you taking time out of your weekend to come down here and come talk to the Days Grimm.
deal, man.
And then honestly, like my head has exploded 6 times in this conversation. But again, I've got like that 9%, so I'm holding on to it,
Dude. It's spoon feed.
That's what it's all about, dude. So thank you so much for coming in today, Tony. I greatly appreciate it. Thomas appreciates it, and everyone listening and viewing on YouTube appreciates it. So yeah, man, it's been a thrilling episode of the Days Grimm, guys. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm, and this has been Tony Tripp.
This is Sir Tony Tripp. He's not been knighted yet.
You guys.
Yeah, I gotta get this.